Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto was betrayed by Fairy Tail. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by LordDeuce and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. Rather read manga. Natsu Dragneel was following the scent, a familiar scent. The scent he had picked up since he arrived to Magnolia from a quest with Lucy. It has to be Igneel, or maybe it's him. No, it better not be him. Natsu told himself as he walked quickly, following the scent. Natsu! I'm tired, don't walk too fast. Lucy complained as she followed her pink-haired friend. Happy agreed with Lucy, the blue cat was too tired to fly. Natsu didn't hear them due to being too focused on the familiar scent. The scent got stronger and stronger as he got closer and closer. Natsu froze. In front of him didn't stand Igneel, nope. In front of him stood Naruto Uzumaki. His dragon brother. They were two mages who were raised by Igneel. And Naruto, Natsu said as he stared at the blonde in front of him. Who are you? The blonde asked him as he blinked. Natsu growled and glared at Naruto, and while he glared he noticed the blonde had black pants that fit him perfectly. He also had black boots with untied shoelaces. He wore a long-sleeved light blue shirt with a high collar. The blonde on his hand he held a manga with the title Soul Eater, and while Natsu glared at him Naruto ignored the glare. Natsu, who is this? Lucy questioned the dragon slayer. He's Naruto Uzumaki. He and we were both raised by Igneel. Natsu told her. So? He's your brother, and you never told me? Lucy reacted as she yelled at him. It never came up, plus, I was expecting Igneel, not him. Natsu said dejectedly. Oh why? Naruto is an asshole. Was Natsu's only reply before he turned to face Naruto, who was gone. Where is he? I don't know. Lucy looked around and then she saw him. Look, he's going to the park. Screw him, let's head back to the guild. Lucy glared at Natsu when she heard him say this. He's like your family. Invite him to the guild. Lucy told him and Natsu shrugged his shoulders before saying, whatever. Both along with Happy followed the blonde who was reading the manga while walking. At last they noticed he stopped and sat on a park bench to read the manga. They quickly walked up to him, and the blonde just ignored them and continued reading the manga. Hey Naruto. Would you like to join Fairy Tail? Lucy asked the blonde with a smile. Fuck no. Naruto replied while reading his manga. Lucy was taken back by his sudden rude reply, causing her to jump back. Natsu growled and quickly snatched Naruto's manga. You bastard, you don't have to be so rude. Natsu yelled as he glared at Naruto. Oh, is that you, Natsumi? Naruto's eyes widened when he saw Natsu. It's Natsu, not Natsumi, you asshole. Naruto didn't seem fazed by Natsu's outburst. Yeah, whatever Natsumi, gimme back my manga. Naruto shrugged his shoulders. No. Not until you apologize to Lucy. Apologize for? Being so rude to her. She should be the one apologizing to me for interrupting me while I read manga. Screw you, Natsumi. I sense sexual tension coming from you. Go to a love hotel with your girlfriend, Levi. My name is Lucy. Not Levi. Naruto blinked. What's the difference? Both names start with L and end with Y. Lucy glared at him and spoke. You're right, he's an asshole. Let's go, Natsu. Natsu nodded and took off with Lucy. Naruto blinked as he watched them leave. That was odd, the blonde thought. He had come to Magnolia to buy the Soul Eater manga because in the town he lived in, the manga was all sold out. And here comes Natsumi, or whatever his name was, along with a huge boobed girl, and they interrupt him from reading his manga. They were now considered the hostile enemy. Hey! He took my manga! Naruto, who was locked in his thoughts, suddenly yelled as he got up. The blonde quickly ran after them, and he looked for them but he couldn't find them. What the hell? Now he would never find out what happened next in the manga. A few hours later, Naruto walked entire all of Magnolia for a few hours to see if he could find the pink-haired boy and the blonde-haired girl, but he couldn't find them. The blonde sighed. It was time to head back home to Oaktown. The sun was beginning to set. The blonde walked but stopped when he saw the blonde-haired female from earlier, and she was surrounded by 4 men. Hey! Levi! You have my manga! Naruto yelled as he ran towards her. Give it back! Hey, who the fuck are? One of the 4 men was interrupted when Naruto kicked him and he flew backwards. Shut the fuck up, boob sucker! Naruto yelled at him. I'm talking to Levi, you're a mere side character here. He just kicked the B-boss like a basketball. Get him! The 3 remaining men charged at the blonde. Naruto blinked and said, Who the fuck are you guys? Wait, am I interrupting a gangbang? No, you pervert. These guys just attacked me out of nowhere. Oh, in that case have fun, I'm going home. Naruto said as he began walking away. The 3 men stopped and blinked. Really? They were going to attack him because they thought he wanted to play hero and save the damsel. Hey! Asshole! What kind of guy are you? Lucy snapped at Naruto. What kind of man leaves a poor innocent girl to be attacked? You're a fairy tale mage, aren't you? Naruto asked without looking back. Don't fairy tale mages know how to take care of themselves? I'd rather read manga than fight these losers. Haha, they took my celestial keys so I can't really do anything. You're a cliché manga damsel in distress, that's pathetic. Naruto said as he started walking away. Wait. If you help me out, I'll buy you manga. Lucy offered the blonde. Naruto, stop, this was a once-in-a-lifetime offer. Also, you have to let me stay at your place or something. It's too late to go back to Oaktown. Lucy was going to reject his offer, but she knew if she said no, he'd leave her, that asshole. She nodded and Naruto turned around while he grinned evilly. So you men are looking for a playmate, eh? Here I am, Naruto said as he grinned, and as he pulled and torn the sleeve on the right side of his entire arm to reveal the Phantom Lord Guild symbol. 'Cause US Phantom Lord bitches love to play. Shit, he's from Phantom Lord. Lucy's eyes widened, so he was from a guild already. Oh, if you don't come at me, I'll come at you, Naruto yelled as he charged at them. In a flash the three men were knocked out, and Naruto was standing there grinning like he had just gotten laid. Lucy looked surprised but snapped out of it quickly to get the celestial keys that were taken away by one of the men. She then spoke, Thank you. Naruto ignored her and followed her as she began walking. Man, what a troublesome day. Chapter 2, Asshole. When Lucy arrived to her apartment, she didn't have to tell Naruto to make himself at home. Because, well, the blonde was already making himself at home. He stripped off his clothes to reveal red boxers with white swirls on them, and he had a white tank top. The blonde casually walked to the refrigerator and opened it up. Lucy couldn't help but sweat drop. What are you doing? I'm planning a bank robbery. What else would I be doing, Levy? Naruto replied sarcastically while he took out ingredients to make himself a sandwich. It's Lucy. Lucy corrected the blonde, not Levy, got it? Naruto ignored her for a few seconds before saying, You say something, or was that the wind? Lucy growled and stormed off to her room. She gave up. She was too tried to bother with the blonde, and she jumped on her bed and lay there while looking at the ceiling. She thought about how Natsu and Naruto were so different even though they were both raised by Igneal. Hell, she was surprised Natsu never said anything about Naruto. Shouldn't Naruto be like a brother to Natsu? Natsu is soft, warm, caring. He protects anyone without thinking twice whether they are a fairy tale mage or not. Naruto, on the other hand, is blunt, rude, and overall an asshole. Natsu has warm eyes, while Naruto has empty blue eyes. No, not empty, he just didn't seem to have a goal. They are so different, Lucy thought as she looked at the ceiling. The blonde-haired mage, after a few more minutes of laying on her bed, decided to go take a shower. She was sweaty as hell, so she grabbed some of her clothes and took off to the bathroom. She opened the door without knocking the door and froze on her toilet. Sitting down was Naruto, and he seemed to be taking a crap while reading one of her fairy tale magazines, the one that had Mira in very revealing outfits, her favorite freaking magazine. The blonde noticed her but seemed to be ignoring her. Yes, I am in your bathroom, taking a crap on your toilet while reading your magazine, K? Thanks, sayonara bitch. Naruto spoke at last without looking at her. Lucy stayed frozen for a few more seconds before turning red. Sorry. Lucy quickly closed the door. Naruto shrugged his shoulders and continued on as if nothing had happened. Lucy on the other side of the door was still red. TSK. He should have locked the door, that pig. Wait, wasn't he making a sandwich? The blonde just wait for the blonde to come out, but he never came out. She was tired of waiting until at last her eyes widened. Wait, he had my magazine with Myra's pictures. Could he be doing that? And no, wait, but what if he is? Why am I thinking this? Lucy's face turned with red from embarrassment, because of her thoughts. She slowly got closer towards the door and knocked a few times. Naruto? She called him, but no reply. She sighed and just opened the door. She sweat dropped. The blonde was freaking sleeping on her toilet now, and drool was coming out of his mouth. What the hell? Lucy yelled for the blonde could wake up. She couldn't believe this. It worked because the blonde quickly woke up and looked at Lucy. Lucky you ran out of toilet paper. Lucy looked at him and couldn't believe it. So let me get this straight, because there was no toilet paper you decided to just fall asleep there? Pretty much. Did it not hit you in the head to call me? I would have gotten you some. It did, but it sounded too troublesome, plus I was pretty comfy. Lucy's left eyebrow twitched as she walked away to get toilet paper. She couldn't believe this idiot. He was just weird. Meanwhile at Fairy Tail, Natsu wasn't loud like he usually was. He was sitting on a table deep in his thoughts, and Fairy Tail members were worried about him. This was rare. Flamebrain, what's up with you? Gray questioned the pinkette as he walked towards him. Gray, it's nothing, Natsu said, and everyone's eyes widened. Natsu was not in character. He rarely addressed Gray by his name but rather by stripper or popsicle, and this shocked them. Something was wrong here. Where is Natsu? What have you done to him? Urza appeared out of nowhere and shook Natsu, who seemed to want to puke. He bumped into his brother earlier, and he's thinking about him, I think. Happy told the members in Fairy Tail. You have a brother? Natsu. Why didn't you tell us? Is he cute like you? Natsu looked at them and said, He's not my blood-related brother. Igneal found him before he found me, and I don't think he considers me a brother, and I don't think I do too. Hey! I know, why don't you invite him to Fairy Tail? Mira suggested happily. She wanted to meet the man who caused Natsu to look and act like this. Lucy did, and he rudely rejected her request, that bastard. Natsu growled, He's such an asshole, but Igneal always liked him better. Tell us about him. Natsu sighed and said, Well, flashback. Natsu! Do the dragon roar once more. Igneal, a large red dragon with AX scars slashed on his chest, told Natsu. Dad. It's hard, my throat hurts. Why doesn't Naruto do it? Natsu pointed at Naruto, who was leaning back against a tree. His eyes were closed, and he seemed to be sleeping. Igneel thought about it and nodded. Naruto. Brat, wake up before I throw you at the moon. Igneel roared at the blonde. Shut up, lizard. I was sleeping, Naruto said as he woke up due to the roars. Do the dragons roar? Igneel told Naruto, who blinked. Screw that. Go eat a tree. What you say, brat? You heard me, old man. Ungrateful brat. Lizard breath. Smelly human. Lunch. Lunch? I'll roast you up then eat you. Ha! Brat, you couldn't do that if you try. Oh yeah? Naruto stood up and yelled, Roar of the dumbass fire dragon. Natsu's eyes widened when out of Naruto's mouth came out a huge beam of fire. It was bigger than what he had ever done, and it headed right towards Igneel. Was Naruto trying to kill Igneel? Igneel opened his mouth, and he inhaled the beam of fire. He had eaten the blonde's fire. Humph, thanks for the snack, brat. Igneel grinned at Naruto, who glared at him. Igneel then punched the top of Naruto's head. And that's for calling me a dumbass. Well, you are. Do you want to be eaten, brat? Come on, eat me. I'll mess up your insides. Grr. Igneel glared at Naruto, who glared back at Igneel, causing a spark of electricity to form between the two. Natsu couldn't help but feel left out or jealous. Naruto, all he did was sleep, eat and sleep some more. He never trained hard like Natsu, and yet he did a dragon's roar that was faster and stronger than his. Not only that, but he seemed really close with Igneel. Even though Igneel only called Natsu son, and only Natsu called Igneel dad, he still didn't feel like he had the type of bond Igneel and Naruto had. What type of bond did they have if they didn't see each other as son and father? What type of bond do you guys have? Natsu asked both of them, as they stopped glaring at each other, and they looked at him. Naruto shrugged his shoulders and went back to the tree he was sleeping in. He closed his eyes and said, Igneel is my bitch, and I am his master. That type of bond. Screw you. Igneel roared at Naruto while flipping him off. Naruto smirked as he drifted asleep. Flashback end. Wow, that guy is something. Gray stated. Now he really wanted to meet Naruto. Like I said, he's just an asshole. Natsu stated. The day Igneel left both of us, he didn't even cry once. Really? The others asked, surprised. Natsu nodded and spoke. Yeah. Flashback. Igneel, why? I don't understand why. Natsu grinned as he looked out from the cave where Igneel used to sleep. It had been a few days since Igneel left, and he hadn't returned. Humph, it's just a dragon. Don't see why you're crying. That dragon was my dad, bastard. Natsu snapped at Naruto with tears in his eyes before he spoke. What did you see in GLS? Naruto shrugged his shoulders. A annoying overgrown lizard. Natsu's eyes widened. He couldn't believe it. He was about to say something when Naruto spoke. Well, I am going back home with mom and dad. It's been fun, Natsumi, but we must take separate paths. Naruto turned and began walking away. Natsu watched him leave as he spoke to himself. I'll one day find you, Igneel, then I can ride on your back once more. The pink-haired boy then walked away as well, but not before looking at Naruto one last time. That was one of the many of the times he would look at the blonde's back throughout the years. Flashback end. Did he have a rough childhood or something? Gray asked Natsu. He seems messed up. Natsu shook his head. No, Naruto had an amazing life. Unlike some of us, he wouldn't understand any of us. I see, but if you see him again, invite him over. Mira smiled at Natsu. Oh, I don't need to do that. Natsu grinned as he looked at them, and showed them a manga. I took this from him. The bastard will be coming, and I won't return this until he apologizes to Lucy. Chapter 3, Crazy or Stupid? Lucy woke up to the smell of yummy food. She got up and walked to the kitchen where Naruto seemed to be cooking. Well, damn, he knew how to cook. Anyways, she watched and saw that he was cooking eggs, with toast, with pancakes, with eggs. Damn, the guy really did eat a lot. Lucky, you're running out of food, Naruto told her as he placed all the food he was making in different plates, and placed them on the table. Yeah. Because you're eating it all. Lucy snapped at him while she sat down on the table. Wait, did you call me lucky? Lucy froze. Naruto just ignored her, and she remained frozen. Naruto sat down beside the table and began eating. Lucy was lost in her thoughts. Only one person had called her that, and it was one of her childhood friends. The only childhood friend she had when she was younger. Wait, and he sorta acted like Naruto. Could it be? No, she shook her head. That child friend of hers had died. The blonde was so locked in her thoughts she started eating without realizing it. Wait, didn't he cook this for himself? Lucy thought as she took a bite of the toast and looked at the blonde. Well, I don't think he cares, so I might as well enjoy. And so the big-boobed fairy tale mage enjoyed her food. Naruto finished eating quickly and spoke. I'll be on my way. The blonde began walking away towards the door. Lucy wanted to say something, but how could he? He was an asshole. What could she possibly say? So she nodded and the blonde finally left. She continued eating until she noticed the big mess Naruto had left in her house. Her right eyebrow rose and she yelled, Damn you, Naruto, you asshole. Naruto smirked when he heard he scream as he walked out. It was time to pay a visit to Fairy Tail. The blonde continued walking lazily around town until he realized he had no clue where the guild was located. But that didn't stop him from looking around. His determination to get that manga was the same as Luffy trying to become the Pirate King. Levi, you did great on that mission. You were amazing. Yeah. Levi, you were awesome. Haha, thanks guys, but I couldn't have done it without you. Now let's head to the guild, I am getting hungry. Naruto stopped when he heard this conversation, and he followed the fairy tale mages to Fairy Tale. He saw them walk inside and he stared at the guild. It kind of reminded him of the Phantom Lord Guild back in Oaktown. The blonde knew Fairy Tale and Phantom had some sort of beef. The blonde never took part of it. It was too troublesome, but when he saw the guild he smirked. It was time for some fun. The blonde quickly charged into the guild and he kicked in the door opened. Everyone in Fairy Tale stopped what they were doing and they looked at the blonde, and also his guild mark. He's from Phantom Lord, what does he want? Is he crazy? Why is he barging in like that? Grr. How I hate those fuckers always trying to pick on Romeo. Naruto ignored them and looked for Natsu. At last he found Natsu who was running towards him. I knew you'd come bast. Natsu was interrupted when Naruto grabbed him by his face and smashed him down on the guild floor. You don't just take someone's manga. That's not right. It's like taking an innocent girl's virginity. You just don't do it. Before Naruto could do anything else he felt a blade on his neck. The blonde slightly turned around to see a red-haired beauty with a blade that reached his neck. He also noticed other Fairy Tale mages in attack positions. What the hell do you want here? Urza questioned the blonde. Naruto ignored her, and Natsu found this opportunity to kick the blonde, so he kicked Naruto's stomach and the blonde flew high up in the air. Ice make, lance! Gray then yelled as he shot a bunch of ice lances that headed towards the blonde. You're trying to kill him? Natsu snapped at Gray. He attacked us. So I am just attacking back. Stripper, you're really trying to kill him. Screw you. Flame Brain. Is this how you treat someone who is helping you out? They both looked up and they saw Naruto re-equip a katana. The blonde slashed all the lances heading towards him, in midair, and then he threw his blade at Gray. The shirtless boy dodged it quickly and when he turned to face Naruto, his face met Naruto's foot. The blonde kicked his face and he flew backwards crashing on a table. The blonde blinked as he looked and saw every mage on Fairy Tale ready to attack him. Before any could make a move, Urza charged at the blonde with her blade. She swung the blade at Naruto, but Naruto quickly dodged it. She kept swinging the blade at Naruto but he kept dodging. You're good at handling a blade, maybe one day you can handle my blade. Naruto told her with a perverted grin. Shut up. Urza growled and slashed her blade. Naruto tried dodging but he tripped on something and fell backwards. Urza's blade entered his shoulder, and exited the back of his shoulder, as Naruto fell back. She quickly pulled her blade out to see it covered in blonde. She then pointed it at neck and said, I repeat, what the hell do you want? Naruto winked and said, I want you. Urza looked surprised before she swung again at the blonde. Naruto quickly grabbed a fork that was near him, and he blocked her attack with the fork. Shit, he blocked with a fork. Damn, that fork saved his life. Get him, Urza. Urza growled and kicked Naruto's stomach. The blonde flew backwards and Urza looked surprised. He could have easily dodged or blocked my kick, why didn't he? Naruto, before he could crash on a wall, he did a flip, and landed standing up. Now he had his katana, and Urza's eyes widened. While he flew backwards he must have gotten the katana he threw at Gray earlier. Was that why he didn't bother dodging? She looked at Naruto who didn't seem scared or anything. Wait, your Tits no Titanic weight Titania? No, I'm pretty sure it was Tite. Naruto said as he looked at Urza. Well, her boobs. You really are an asshole. Urza growled as she charged at Naruto. With both her hands on her blade, she swung her blade, and before she could hit him, he dodged the attack. Urza's eyes widened as he then appeared to her side and swung his blade at her. He's gonna cut me in half? She thought with her eyes widened, but instead the blonde swung and cut her blade in half. I win, bitch! Naruto then said as he looked at Natsu. Why didn't you slice me up? Was it pity? Because I am a woman? Urza asked the blonde. My beef isn't with you, bitch. Naruto just told her as he looked at Natsu. Natsu looked back at the blonde. They were about to charge at each other when a flash of lightning appeared in front of Naruto. Naruto jumped back when he saw a blonde-haired man with a lightning scar on his eye swing at him. Ha! You call yourself Titania? Urza, you were on the mercy of this bitch. You're a Laxus. Before he could speak, Naruto appeared in front of him and punched his face. Laxus flew backwards and crashed on a table. Laxus however got up quickly and his entire body lit up with lightning. He growled and in a flash appeared in front of Naruto. He swung at Naruto, but was surprised when he didn't see Naruto. Instead he saw Naruto on his right. Naruto heel kicked his face and Laxus growled as he flew back once again. However this time Naruto yelled, Fire Dragon's Roar. Laxus was hit with a powerful beam of fire, and Naruto spoke, Well, that's it, I'm going home. The blonde started walking away. Wait, bastard. Didn't you come here to fight me? Natsu growled at Naruto. Natsumi, some other time. I only came here to tell you to not ever take a man's manga, ever. You're crazy. You attacked me. Gray. Urza and Laxus just to say that? I'm pretty sure I only attacked you, the rest attacked me. Naruto stated as he walked out. However before he was completely gone he said, Tell Lucky, that big-boobed blondie, that she owes me manga for saving her ass. The blonde was gone, as they just stared at where he was asking themselves, what the fuck just happened? Was he stupid or crazy? They all wondered. Chapter 4. The most heartless man in Fiori. What happened here? Lucy asked when she arrived to the guild to see Natsu cleaning, and trying to fix certain parts of the guild. Natsu's brother or whatever came here, and well, this just happened. Gray replied to Lucy. Gray, your clothes? Lucy's sweat dropped when she saw him with just a pair of boxers. Damn it! Where are they? Gray said as he started looking for his clothes. Come out wherever you are. I won't hurt you. What the hell? You're acting like a criminal who is looking for their victim who got away. Lucy yelled at Gray while she sweat dropped. If you hadn't taken his manga, this wouldn't have happened. Urza glared at Natsu, who felt himself getting smaller and smaller. This is unforgivable. Lucy! Naruto said you owe him manga. Why? Natsu tried changing the subject quickly, and it worked because everyone looked at her. Lucy turned red with embarrassment and said, a funny story actually. Amuse me? Urza said while she narrowed her eyes at Lucy. He saved me from some men who were going to. Well, who knows what they were going to do, so in return I have to buy him manga. He also stayed at my place and he ate all my food. Lucy said as she sighed. Natsu, at hearing this, his eyes widened. That scumbag. Why can't he be a normal hero? Did he try anything on you? Urza looked at Lucy and her. It would be hard not to. Not that I know of. He ignored me most of the time. Haha, no big deal. They nodded and it stayed silent for a few minutes before Urza spoke. I didn't realize at first, but Naruto Uzumaki is known as the most heartless man in Fiori. Why? Lucy questioned her. That's an odd title. Because they say he looks for his own safety before others. He'll use his comrades as shields and bait just to not get hurt. They say he has no heart, but that's why Phantom Lord loves him. Jose must have recruited him. I actually am surprised he didn't try killing any of us. He must have been toying with us. Urza stated as Natsu stared at her. Natsu bit his lower lip and he clenched his fist. I'm going to knock some sense into that bastard. As much as I don't like him, McNeil would have wanted me to do it. Natsu, it's just a rumor. Who knows if it's true? People always exaggerate these things. Don't worry about it. Urza just said before she walked away. Meanwhile, Naruto sighed as he arrived to his house in Oaktown. He lived in middle-class part of Oaktown. His house was 2 stories high. It was orange in color. The trims and windows were just white. The blonde entered his house and he smelled the scent of a certain someone. The blonde paid them no mind and headed to his room but was stopped when the person appeared in front of him. I always wondered why you became a mage. Look at his house. You have everything you could ever want, game consoles, food for weeks, you even got a sweet ride. Gajeel, a black-haired dragon slayer, spoke. That's none of your business. Now get out of my house before I turn you into sushi. Oh, starting a fight, bastard? What if I am? I didn't come to fight, I came to ask about the rumors. Is it true you attacked Fairy Tail? Naruto ignored him and headed to his room. Gajeel looked at him and growled. The blonde pissed him off. He was one of the few in Phantom Lord who could disrespect him and get away with it. The blonde was strong, no doubt. They had clashed a few times in the past, and the blonde was one not to be fucked with, no doubt. Gajeel shrugged his shoulders and walked away. He'd find out sooner or later. When Gajeel arrived to the guild, everyone looked at him. So how did it go? Are the rumors true? Bastard ignored me. Haha. The usual. I just don't get that guy. Yeah. Nobody does. Nobody cares to anyways. Juvia loves Naruto. He isn't that bad. Juvia, a pale blue-haired female, stated. She was rather emotionless even to her guild members. But when it came to Naruto, she was a bit different. Haha. That asshole just gave you an umbrella once. Screw him. I'm a real man, come to me. Juvia will not go to you. Juvia will not betray Naruto. Juvia said as she walked away, thinking about the day she met Naruto. Flashback. Juvia was outside the Phantom Lord Guild. A few of the members had told her to leave because she was making them gloomy. So she just stood outside the guild, rain hitting her, and she was completely wet. She looked at the guild and at the floor with sadness. How she hated this. Couldn't she be normal? Drip, drop, drip, drop. The rain was hitting hard, and Juvia just looked at the floor, but was surprised when she saw a shadow over her. She looked and saw that someone had put an umbrella over her. She looked and her eyes widened when she saw Naruto. He handed her the umbrella and said, "Bitch, you're gonna get sick, keep it." Juvia looked at him and thought, does he care about Juvia? The blonde and walked towards the guild but not before saying, "Why are you standing there like an idiot? Come inside the guild." She looked at his back before she nodded and followed him. The guild members wouldn't tell her anything if they knew she was with Naruto, right? Flashback end. Juvia will never forget his kindness. Juvia told herself, as she clenched her fist. In fact, she still had the umbrella he had given her. The guild doors opened to reveal Naruto. He was reading a manga called Great Teacher Onizuka. The blonde ignored them all and went to sit on a table by himself. Juvia looked at him and walked towards him. She sat down on the same table as him. The blonde just ignored her. That's what she liked about him. Unlike other Phantom Lord members, he'd just ignore you, unless you annoyed him. And Naruto-chan. Did you want to go on a Q quest with Juvia? She asked. Naruto ignored her, and she sighed as she got up. She just asked Gajeel. Naruto continued reading manga for a while longer before deciding to do a quest with Team Natsu hours later. Alright. I'm all fired up. Let's do this. Natsu grinned his trademark grin as he, along with Urza, Gray, Lucy and Happy, walked towards a small village/town. Yeah. Easy money for I can pay my rent. Just defeat some bandits that took over a small town. Lucy grinned as well. Humph, don't underestimate them. It could be the death of you, Lucy. Urza told Lucy, who just nodded. They are just some bandits, nothing fairy tale can handle. Gray added to the conversation, as the town appeared in their view. They got closer and closer until they were close enough to see the town, but far enough to not be seen by the bandits. Natsu and Gray just wanted to charge in, but Urza wanted to do this with style and strategy. So they waited. The plan was to attack at nightfall, and it would be a few hours until then. I'm bored. Let's just go in and kick ass. For once I agree with Flame Brain. Screw you, Snowman. What did you say, walking matchstick? You heard me, walking ice cream. They were about to punch each other when they heard some bushes nearby shake. They got into a fighting stance and waited for the person to come out. And when the person came out, they were surprised that it was none other than Naruto. He blinked and looked at them. What are you doing here? Lucy questioned the blonde, afraid he had come to ask her for manga. I'm here to have a picnic with my all-time favorite people in the world, you guys. Naruto replied sarcastically as he walked towards the town. Where are you going? Natsu asked Naruto as he walked off to the town. Naruto ignored him and continued walking towards the town. While Gray's eyes widened, it seems he got the same quest. If we don't do something, he'll get the reward. Screw that. Happy, let's go. Natsu ran after Naruto, forgetting all about the plan. Happy flew after him. Gray ran off after both as well. He wasn't going to let them hog all the glory. Lucy was about to run off too when Urza stopped her. Those idiots. Urza growled and Lucy jumped back scared. Aren't we going to help them? No, not yet. Let's watch from the sideline for now. We have to see what we're up against. Something doesn't seem right. Urza and Lucy slowly walked after them. Naruto on the other hand sighed as he felt Natsu and Gray following him. The blonde arrived to the town, and he looked around. It was empty. There was nobody in sight. The blonde looked around. When he smelled something, or well, he smelled a lot of it, his eyes widened. There were a fuckload of bandits surrounding this town. Gun make. Beam of lightning. Naruto quickly jumped in the air. When some bandit appeared with a gun and he shot at the blonde. Cuckoo, what are you punks doing here? This town has been taken over by the legendary bandit gang known as the 1000 Bandits. Do you mages think you can take us all on? The man that shot at Naruto questioned them. What a shitty name. Naruto stated, while the man growled. What did you say, you're looking to die? The man with the gun growled. Boys, come out, it's time for some fun. Naruto, Natsu and Gray were in a flash surrounded by hundreds of bandits. Natsu and Gray walked towards Naruto and stood by his side. The blonde blinked. The numbers didn't faze him one bit. Natsu and Gray on the other hand were growling. 1000 bandits seemed like too much for them. You guys aren't getting out of here alive, cuckoo. This town and the gold in this town is all ours. Oh, so that's why you took over? I just came here to defeat you all, but now I'll defeat you all and take the gold from me. Naruto smirked darkly, and the man growled. Kill them. 2 bandits charged at Naruto, and Naruto yelled, Secret Dragon Slayer technique, as he grabbed both Natsu and Gray from the back of their heads and he smashed both of their faces against the faces of the 2 bandits who had charged at him. The 2 bandits flew backwards and Natsu and Gray fell on the floor face first, when Naruto let go of them. They are your team mates. How could you do that to them? A bandit asked the blonde. Naruto just smirked darkly and said, That's a Secret Dragon Slayer technique. To not get hurt yourself, use the head of someone else to attack your enemy. It's quite effective. You bastard, that hurt though. Natsu yelled as he got up and punched at Naruto. Naruto dodged it and grabbed the pinkette's hand. He swung the pinkette and he flew at some of the bandits. Stop your bitching and take it like a man, mwaha. Naruto laughed sadistically. Gray, who didn't want to meet the same fate as Natsu, stood up and yelled, Ice make, Lance, as he shot at the enemy. Now the 3 mages were surrounded by a crap load of bandits. They all attacked the bandits, though Natsu and Gray were using magic. While Naruto was just using physical strength, these guys were not worth him using up his magic, though he knew Natsu and Gray would tire themselves out easily because the dumbasses kept using magic. Shit! They keep on coming. Natsu growled as he felt tired, after 20 minutes of fighting. Talk about it, at this rate, we're screwed. Gray added as he gasped for air. Happy agreed with both, as he sat on Natsu's head. He was tired already. The 3 turned and looked at Naruto, who had no expression on his face. He just kept fighting the bandits. They both growled. Was he acting tough? Where are Urza and Lucy when you need them? Growled Natsu, as he too gasped for air. Ha! You guys fairies should go back to your pathetic guild. Why do you 3 look so shitty? Naruto laughed at Natsu and Gray and Happy. Shut up, bastard. You're just trying to act tough. Natsu yelled at Naruto. Huh? You say something, Natsumi? Couldn't hear you over the sound of you gasping for air because you can't handle a couple bandits. That's it. I'll kill you then join the bandits, screw you. Natsu charged at Naruto, but was stopped when a huge blade appeared between him and Naruto. Cuckoo, I am surprised a Phantom Lord member, and a few fairy tale mages working together. Natsu looked up on a building and saw a man whose face was covered in white bandages. Who the hell are you? Natsu yelled at the man. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zabuza Momochi, Cuckoo, and look what we found sniffing around the bushes, Zabuza said as a long black-haired person in a mask appeared, carrying Lucy and Urza. Both seemed to have been knocked out. No wonder they hadn't helped them. Urza! Lucy! Natsu yelled as he saw both. What did you do to them? Oh, nothing, yet Haku here just hit their vital points with his needles. They'll be on a death-like state for a while, Cuckoo. Zabuza laughed. You bastard! Come here and fight me like a man! Natsu yelled at him. Zabuza in a flash appeared in front of Naruto and punched him in the face. He then appeared in front of Gray and he kicked him in the stomach. Gray flew backwards and crashed on the wall of a building. Both struggled to get up, but at last both got up and faced Zabuza. Is that all you got, bastard? I'll take you and your bandits on by myself. Natsu growled as he glared at Zabuza. In that case, have fun, bitches, I'm out. Naruto began walking away casually. Where are you going, bastard? You'll just abandon us like this? Did you not just say you could take him and his bandits alone? It would be rude for me to interfere, Naruto said as he disappeared in a yellow flash. Damn him to hell, Natsu growled, while Zabuza laughed. He's Naruto Uzumaki. He's known as the most heartless man in Fire Cuckoo. What did you expect? Zabuza laughed at Natsu as he got his blade and swung it at the pinkette. He hit the pinkette's face with the flat side of his blade. Natsu fell on the floor as he saw darkness. This had not gone as planned. Gray growled and said, Happy Geo, call for backup in the guild. Happy was crying, but he nodded as he flew off. Gun make, lightning. The bandit from earlier yelled as he shot at Happy. He couldn't let the cat get away. Gray growled and jumped in the air. He took in the attack and landed on the floor while starting to see darkness, and while thinking, it's all up to you, Happy. Chapter 5. One scheming motherfucker. Happy was flying in the forest toward Magnolia, not far away from the town. His friends had gotten defeated, and maybe well kidnapped. As Happy flew, he saw Naruto leaning back on a tree. He was reading a manga, and somehow he had food around him. Happy smelled fish and he drooled before flying off towards Naruto, who smirked. I knew this cat would come for the fish, Naruto thought as he pretended he didn't see Happy. WYD, did you leave Natsu and the others behind? Isn't Natsu your brother? Happy yelled at Naruto, who continued reading the manga. Furball, I have this fish right here. I didn't want it, so do you want it? Happy happily took the fish and began eating it while Naruto just looked at him. Oh wait, why are you being nice? Happy suddenly asked. There must be a catch. Oh, you caught me. Naruto told the cat. I want you to help me save the others. Really? Happy's eyes lit up, and Naruto nodded, but Happy spoke. But Gray said to bring fairy tale mages. They wouldn't last. This is a bandit group of around 1,000 bandits. They use their weak to tire out mages, then they bring out their top dogs to finish them off. They'd meet the same fate. But if you help me, I can help you free them. Happy thought about it before he nodded. Naruto just grinned and said, well, let's go. First we need to talk to some of the villagers. Happy nodded and both started walking back towards the town/village ninja style. They walked around the town carefully until Naruto forcefully opened a door and went inside. Happy followed as he closed the door behind him. Once in the house, they were greeted by a man, his daughter, and possibly his daughter's son. They carried pitchforks and guns, and they were pointed at them. What? DDUW want? The old man asked. Naruto showed him his guild mark and said, information, I am Naruto Uzumaki of the Phantom Lord Guild, and I have come here to free this town. The man sighed happily alongside his daughter and the boy, and the man spoke. Very well. Naruto nodded and asked, why are these bandits here? He already knew why, but he wanted to know if they knew. The old man looked thoughtful before speaking. This small village was created over a lake many years ago. This was all covered in water. Myths have it dragons used to drink from the water. Legend has it a golden dragon that crapped gold. He made this area his home, but then the lake dried, so the dragon left. They say he left gold crap everywhere, along with gold and lacrima. The gold and lacrima must be buried underneath this village. Recently these bandits came and started questioning us all, and before we knew it they took over, eating our food, taking our supplies and everything. No one is allowed to leave, or even come in this town, but thank goodness we sent requests to many different guilds. Thank God you're here to help us. Yay, whatever. Naruto shook his shoulders. He was after the gold now. Screw the shitty request pay. You say the gold and lacrima are all underneath this village. They had to dig and make an entrance to get underneath, right? The old man nodded and Naruto asked, do you know where that entrance is? I am sorry, but I don't know. Oh, Grandpa. I know. I sneaked into the forest the other day when I saw it. Naruto grinned and said, very well, we will wait until nightfall to make our move. Oh, that's a bad idea since the bandits don't want to attract that many attention during the day. They all come out at night. Naruto's grin got even bigger. That's even better. They looked confused before nodding. This blondie was just weird. Nightfall. Naruto and Happy looked outside the window to see that many bandits had come out. They were walking around freely, drinking, dancing, having a good time. Okay, before we leave I have to take a piss. Be right back, Naruto said as he dashed off to the bathroom. Happy waited for a few minutes before Naruto came out grinning evilly. Happy was starting to get a bad feeling about this, a real bad one. Ready, furball? Naruto said without looking at Happy. No going back now, We will face them head on. Just stay on my head. Happy nodded, and Naruto opened the door and walked outside. Hey! Bastard, what are you doing? Get back in there! One of the bandits noticed Naruto and snapped at him while he walked closer to the blonde. Haha. No worries, our toilet broke so I'm just gonna pee then head back inside. Naruto said as he unzipped his pants and whipped out his male organ. The man laughed. Ha ha. Too bad. Get inside before I kill. Wait, what the fuck, you're pissing on me? Why, you're just that scary? I couldn't help it, Naruto said sarcastically while rolling his eyes. The man growled and swung his fist, only to have Naruto grab his fist and kick him in the stomach. The man flew backwards and everyone stared at the blonde, and their eyes widened. It was the blonde from earlier. Get him! One shouted as they all charged at him. Naruto charged at them as well, and he punched a few while kicking a few. The blonde then started running away. Catch me if you can, bastard! Naruto laughed and flipped them off as he ran. Happy looked at Naruto and thought, what is he doing? I thought he would take them all on, but he's running. Was this a bad idea? Naruto on the other hand had re-equipped his katana and he had a lit-up cigarette that was hanging in between his lips, and now he was running away while trying to see if he could pick up Natsu's scent or something. He continued running around the town, until at last he picked up the other Dragon Slayer's scent. He grinned evilly while thinking, ha, I have 1,000 bandits chasing my ass, this makes a lovely present for Fairy Tail. Meanwhile, Team Natsu were all in an abandoned farm that had hay all over the place. Their bodies were wrapped around with anti-magic chains that electrified you to death if you tried using magic, so they were pretty screwed. Damn it! This is all my fault. Urza growled, if only I had been more careful. Forgive me, Lucy. You may hit me. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up, we're all in this mess together. Lucy smiled brightly. Actually, this is Gray and Natsu's fault. If only they had listened. It's Natsu's. No, Snowball. It's yours. You followed Naruto, and I followed you to stop you. Bullshit. Natsu snapped at Gray. It's actually Naruto's fault. He ditched us too. I am so gonna kick his ass. Your brother is a scumbag. He's not my brother, Snowball. I know. But he's sorta like your brother. They continued arguing while Urza glared at them, and Lucy sighed. This situation seemed so hopeless. Their only hope was Happy. A few minutes passed when the farm's doors burst open to reveal Naruto and Happy. Their eyes widened. Had Naruto come to save them? The blonde was in front of Natsu. And Naruto. Natsu growled at him. I'm going to kill you. You bastard. Naruto looked at Natsu with a cold look on his eyes and he tightly gripped his katana. He aimed at Natsu, and Natsu's eyes widened. I was kidding. Don't kill me. Natsu then yelled. Naruto swung his blade and Natsu closed his eyes, and waited for death, but all he heard were the sounds of chains breaking, and he opened his eyes to see the chains that were once on him, cut and on the floor. He then saw as Naruto freed them all, Happy on the blonde's head. Thanks. Lucy thanked the blonde, and Naruto just laughed. She wouldn't be thanking him in a minute. Before anything could be done or said, a crap load of bandits entered the farm and surrounded them. Ha! So you came to save them? One of the bandits laughed. Well, you came to your death, because we have most if not all bandits surrounding you all. You're fucking dead, bastard. You brought them here? Natsu growled at Naruto. Naruto ignored them and he took the cigarette that was in his mouth, and he threw it away. He turned around and looked at Fairy Tail. Have fun, bitches. Naruto smirked darkly at them before he disappeared in a puff of smoke. Happy, who was on his head, fell to the floor. What happened? Happy asked, confused. Urza clenched her fist before saying, Key that bastard. He used Mimic Make, Shadow Clone. It's a magic spell that allows you to make copies of yourself. Happy's eyes widened. He didn't see Naruto use any spells, so how? Then he realized it. The blonde probably used the spell when he went to the bathroom. I am sorry. Happy looked at the floor sadly. They were now surrounded by a lot of bandits, because of his fault. Don't worry, Happy. Natsu smiled at Happy. This is all Naruto's fault. I'll kick his ass later, but for now let's kick these bandits' ass. Natsu charged at them, and the rest did the same. Lucy just thought, I can't believe I freaking thought he saved us. He just brought us an even bigger problem. Elsewhere, Naruto was laughing evilly as he followed Inari, the little boy who knew where the entrance that lead to all the gold underground. Wahaha! I am a genius! Naruto laughed as he followed Inari. My plan went just as I planned. Get those fairies to take care of those 1,000 or so bandits, while I go get all the gold and lacrima, though I will probably end up fighting the strong ranked mages the closer we get to the entrance. The more magical power I feel, just as planned. You're evil, Inari said as he looked at Naruto. Don't you care for your friends? They aren't my friends, kid. Still, my mom always told me to be nice. You're not being nice. Naruto ignored him. The kid just didn't understand. Who could blame him? They continued walking, until at last they arrived to a well. Inari pointed at it, and Naruto spoke. Go home now, kid. You'll only get in the way if you stay. Inari just glared at him before leaving. Naruto walked over to the well, and looked down. All he saw was darkness. It must have been a deep well. The blonde shrugged his shoulders and jumped inside. The blonde saw complete darkness. he was about to light his fist with fire, when the place began to light up with golden lacrima. The blonde looked surprised, but grinned and continued walking. He was in a tunnel. The blonde followed the tunnel until at last he arrived to a huge open space. He looked up and noticed the ceiling made of ground/rocks/ etc. was way up. But what shocked Naruto was that there was a fucking golden dragon, a dragon that was caged, and in front of the cage was Zabuza, the black-haired boy in a mask, and 4 others. He could sense evil magic coming from them, and he knew they were powerful. Naruto also noticed gold piled up besides the cage along with lacrima. Cuckoo, like what you see? Zabuza noticed Naruto had entered the scene. Naruto walked towards Zabuza and his comrades, and as he got closer his eyes widened. He was screwed. The 4 others besides Zabuza and Haku were Sakan, Yukon, Tayuya, and lastly Jirobo. These 4 were killer mercenaries that formed a group known as the Sound 4. Rumors had it they each were S-ranked mage. Naruto just stayed silent and Zabuza said, "When we came here we dug, and before we knew it we found this extremely open space, and before us stood all this gold, and all these lacrima and this golden dragon. I thought we were dead, but it turns out this dragon is a old fucking dragon, so I fought it until it was in a near-death state, and we caged it cuckoo, and now it will crap out gold, and give us lacrima, until it dies." Naruto looked at the golden dragon. The dragon was really made of gold, and its eyes, well, the dragon was struggling to keep its eyes opened. No doubt this dragon was going to kick the bucket soon. Naruto then looked at Zabuza, and the scent coming off of him was the scent of a dragon slayer. No doubt Zabuza was a dragon slayer. Humph, I don't give a shit, I just want the gold and the lacrima, and now that I see this dragon, I want him too, he'll make a great pet, Naruto said while looking at Zabuza, so I'll give you all a chance to run away, now. Ha ha ha. The Sound 4 members were laughing. Are you fucking stupid, shithead? Tayuya questioned Naruto. You are surrounded by 5 S-class mages, and one is a fucking dragon slayer, while the dude in the mask is like a ninja. He'll kill you and you won't even know it. You're fucked, so don't go on acting tough. Tayuya, ladies shouldn't talk like that, Jirobo told her. Tayuya glared at him and snapped, shut the fuck up, fat ass. Well, whatever, we'll leave Blondie to Zabuza, and the rest of us can go play with some tired fairies. Yukon smirked evilly as he began walking, only to stop when Naruto threw his katana at him. Yukon quickly dodged and stared at Naruto. Hey, your battle is with me, so don't walk away like the bitches you are, Naruto said. I don't like the look on your faces. Oh, this is interesting, Zabuza said while looking at Naruto. You left those fairies to fight the 1,000 weak bandits. Of course those bandits would be no match for them, but after those pathetic fairies are done them, the Sound 4 could easily take them and kill them, but you don't want them going. Could it be you're protecting those fairies? Naruto didn't look surprised or anything, but he did say, like I'd protect any fairies, I just wanted those 1,000 bandits off my back, while I steal the gold. You're a dragon slayer, your senses are far greater than a human's, you already knew what awaited you here, so don't act surprised, Zabuza stated with a smirk. Your plan went just as planned, but too bad you'll die. Zabuza charged at Naruto, while he swung his huge blade at the blonde. Naruto dodged the blade, only to have Zabuza kick him in the stomach. The blonde flew backwards, but landed on both feet. Let's just kill this punk, and then take care of those fairies, Sakan said as the other members of the Sound 4 grinned evilly. Naruto looked at them as black magic burst out of them, and before the blonde knew it, their bodies started transforming into more demonic-like appearances. Their grins turned more sinister looking. The blonde didn't seem scared or anything, he just blinked, and in a flash the Sound 4 plus Zabuza now stood before Naruto. The blonde noticed Haku had stayed back to watch. Naruto jumped back and yelled, "Fire Dragon's Roar!" As a beam of black fire headed towards the Sound 4 and Zabuza, the blast hit them and they all flew back in a scattered manner. The first to recover was Zabuza as he got up and yelled, "Water Dragon's Roar!" A beam of water headed towards Naruto, but he dodged it with ease. But to his surprise, Zabuza had thrown his blade at Naruto now. The blonde jumped and kicked the handle from the end. The blade flew towards Zabuza and he was prepared to dodge, but to his surprise the blade flew past him. The Water Dragon Slayer turned around and to see that the blade had pierced Tayuya's stomach as she got up from the attack from earlier. Zabuza turned back to face Naruto only to see Naruto right in front of him. Naruto's right hand was blazed with his black flames. The blonde grabbed Zabuza by his face with his left hand, and Zabuza could feel his face burning up. Naruto then yelled, "Fire Dragon's Blast!" as black flames blasted from Naruto's mouth to Zabuza's chest. The man flew backwards and crashed against the golden dragon's cage. Naruto then faced the current standing Sound 4 members and he smirked, "Come at me, bitches! Fuck you, bastard! Don't get cocky, trash!" Sakan yelled as he charged at the blonde. He was fast because he appeared in front of Naruto in the blink of an eye. He punched Naruto's face and the blonde flew backwards. Before he could land on the floor, Yukon appeared behind him and heel-kicked the back of his head. The blonde crashed down on the floor as he now stared up at them. "Now die!" Sakan yelled as Naruto noticed both Sakan and Yukon had now merged into one person, multiple connected fists. Yukon swung his right hand and aimed for Naruto's head. The blonde noticed a second hand sprouted from Yukon's punch, and before the blonde knew it his face was punched, and it was a powerful punch at that. "Kukuka. He's dead now." Yukon laughed evilly. His head must have snapped. That punch is strong enough to break solid rock. Really? Yukon's eyes widened when he heard Naruto. The blonde grabbed Yukon's face all of a sudden and spoke, "My old grandma punches harder than that, so get the fuck out of here." Naruto threw him and he flew. The blonde then charged at him and yelled, "Fire Dragon's Kick," as his right foot blazed with black fire and kicked Yukon's head. The man flew back and crashed on the floor knocked out. The blonde felt blood dripping from his head to his cheeks and mouth as he faced Jirobo, who was frozen. He stared at his teammates. Tayuya was trying to pull a blade out of her stomach. Yukon and Sakan were now split, and both seemed to be knocked down on the floor. Zabuza was trying to get up but seemed a bit dazzled. "Damn you!" Jirobo yelled as he charged at the blonde. Naruto stood and watched as Jirobo swung his fist. The blonde grabbed his fist, but to his surprise Jirobo smirked, and before Naruto could realize it, Jirobo was sucking/absorbing his magic, and Naruto noticed the flames on his hands were dwindling down. "Haha! I am absorbing your magic, and now I'll kill you!" Jirobo laughed before he yelled, "Earth-make bullets!" Naruto's eyes widened when out of Jirobo's mouth came out earth-made bullets. The bullets pierced his shoulders, stomach, and thighs. They entered and exited his back. Naruto dropped to the floor on his knees, as he tasted blood on his mouth. Jirobo smirked, and he kicked the blonde. It was a powerful kick because the blonde flew backwards and crashed against the cage where the golden dragon was caged. Naruto just groaned as he slid down, and now he was sitting against the cage. The blonde then noticed Tayuya in front of him, and she smirked. "Payback's a bitch." She grabbed Zabuza's blade and stabbed his stomach. She twisted the blade while smirking sadistically. The blonde froze. Poof! Tayuya stopped smirking and Jirobo's eyes widened when Naruto poofed out of existence. It was a freaking shadow clone, so where was the real one? They stayed silent until they heard something moving besides the cage, right where the gold was. They walked to the side of the cage and their eyes widened when they saw Naruto, and he was reading a manga on top of a pile of dragon crap gold. "Are you fucking shitting me?" Tayuya yelled pissed. "That was a shadow clone?" Naruto ignored her while she babbled. "How the fuck did you get there anyways without us noticing?" At last the blonde spoke. "You're one sadistic bitch, you know that?" He looked at Tayuya before sighing. "I was hoping my clone took you all on while I finished this chapter of One Piece. Oh well, time to kick ass." Tayuya growled. She was pissed. So it was a clone? A freaking clone? Damn it. They got all worked up for a clone. Damn the blonde to hell. Naruto laughed at her pissed off facial expressions. "Haha. Bitch. Take that." Naruto mocked her. Tayuya was about to charge at him but fell to the floor. She still had a huge wound on her stomach. It was healing but not that fast. Naruto just grinned and faced the golden dragon. "Yo, dragon, I don't feel like fighting, so how about I set you free and you eat them as a snack, deal?" The golden dragon eyed the blonde. He had sensed the boy's presence since he arrived to the town, and from what the dragon could see he came to one conclusion. "You got yourself a deal." The dragon roared. It was old and it was weak, and it didn't want to die in a cage, he'd rather die in battle. Naruto grabbed onto the bars in the cage, and he blazed his hands on fire. Zabuza had been dazzled for a while now. When he stood up his eyes widened when he saw Naruto. Naruto was on top of the golden dragon's head. He had set the dragon free. The golden dragon spread its wings and it flew up, while Tayuya and Jirobo ran towards Yukon and Sakan. "Ha ha ha, that's right, run bitches. Run." Naruto laughed evilly on top of the dragon. Roar roar. The dragon roared, causing everything to shake, and also caused everyone within radius to cover their ears. "Say hello to my little pet, Zabuza, now come at us," Naruto said as he noticed Zabuza looking at him and the dragon. Zabuza growled as he charged at the dragon. The dragon eyed Naruto, and he knew what the blonde was doing, and he had come to the conclusion. This kid is one scheming motherfucker. The golden dragon concluded in his mind as he flew right at Zabuza. Chapter 6, Greedy. Team Natsu were still fighting the bandits. They had defeated a lot of the bandits, but damn, there was still a lot left. Natsu, unlike the others, was well out of power. Unlike the others, he needed to consume fire to power up, and one problem, there was no freaking fire anywhere. Natsu's eyes widened when he heard a laugh behind him. He turned around to see a bandit with a blade. The bandit was about to swing when Natsu kicked his face and he flew backwards. "Flamebrain, you should let us handle this." Gray smirked at the Pinkette. "We don't need you, anyways, you seem to be tired. Screw you, Ice Pack. I can still go." Natsu snapped at him, but the Pinkette couldn't help but sigh. He just needed fire. "Whatever you say, walking dynamite stick. Shit. Shit. Shit." Natsu turned when he saw one of the bandits say, "The hay is on fire." Natsu looked at the fire and his eyes widened. Didn't Naruto throw his lit-up cigarette at the hay earlier? Could it be he knew I had little magic left? The Pinkette shook his head as he ran towards the fire. It was unlikely. After the Pinkette ate all the fire, he grinned and yelled, "Alright. I'm all fire up," as he charged at more bandits. Team Natsu all fought and fought when roar was heard, and the ground underneath them shook. A lot of the bandits fell to the floor with shocked expressions. Shit. One of the bandits said, "I'm out of here. That monster must have escaped." A lot of the bandits followed the man, but a lot still stayed. What was that? Lucy asked. She too was scared now. D-Dragon, she heard Natsu whisper. See, could it be Igneel? After we finish these bandits, we can check it out. The roar came from underground. Urza stated while she looked at Natsu. I'm all revved up now. Let's kick some ass. Natsu grinned as they continued fighting, with Naruto. Zabuza was on top of the dragon facing Naruto, who just had a bored expression on his face, while the golden dragon chased after the Sound 4. The dragon kept blasting at them while they ran. They weren't stupid to try and fight a freaking dragon. No way in freaking hell. We need to get out of here. The gold? Fuck the gold, fat ass. Do you want to die? Let's get the fuck out of here. The golden dragon quickly turned its head and it faced the piled up gold crap and lacrima, and it opened up its mouth. Seconds later a golden beam of fire headed towards the gold, and Naruto's eyes widened when he saw the ground crack up and then the gold and lacrima all fell down way down. And oh. The gold. My awesome plan ruined because of you, Goldie. What the fuck? You greedy bastards don't deserve my gold and lacrima. Only one with a heart made of gold can have it. The golden dragon spoke. Screw that. That's some cliché shit right there. Naruto snapped at the dragon, but before he could say or do anything else, Zabuza charged at him. The blonde dodged a set of punches that headed towards him. Zabuza-sama! Naruto looked down on the floor to see Haku carrying Zabuza's blade. Haku threw the blade and it headed towards Zabuza. Zabuza caught it and he growled. I'm going to kill you, brat. Because of you we lost everything. Can we discuss this over sake? Zabuza just growled again and swung his blade at the blonde. Naruto jumped back and said, I take that as a no, oh Wells. I'm kinda pissed myself, so you'll just be my punching bag. Cuckoo, I'm a lot stronger. Naruto interrupted him when he appeared in front of Zabuza and punched him in the jaw. The man took a few steps backwards and growled. Can't you at least? Naruto did a 360 turn and then kicked him in the face. The man flew backwards and growled. Enough babbling, freak with no eyebrows. Nobody wants to hear a shitty speech. Just fight me, fucker. Naruto smirked darkly while he cracked his knuckles. Zabuza just growled and he was about to charge at the blonde when the golden dragon crashed into a wall, and both fell on the dragon's back. Well, the Sound 4 were escaping through the tunnel the blonde had come from, and since the dragon didn't fit through the tunnel he just smashed himself through the ground, while the Sound 4 ran like little bitches. Hurry up, fat ass. Taiya yelled at Jirobo, no more food for you. The golden dragon flew after them, until at last the dragon was out of the ground and in the woods. The Sound 4 ran off far away from the village, and the dragon turned around and now it flew towards the village. All of this was its fault, so now it would go forth and eat the bandits still in this village if they dared challenge him. Naruto and Zabuza both got up and faced each other. Fire dragons roar, water dragons roar. Naruto's attack and Zabuza's attack both hit each other, and a huge explosion happened on the dragon's back, and there seemed to be smoke. Naruto looked at the smoke and before he knew it Zabuza was in front of him. His blade was swung. Naruto quickly jumped, and now he stood on top of the flat side of the blade. He blazed up both his fists with white fire, and then he punched Zabuza's elbow, and a crack was heard. Motherfucker! Zabuza growled. The blonde had broken his right hand, and he grabbed Naruto's face with his left hand and smashed him down on the dragon's back. Naruto lit up his feet with more blazing white fire, and he kicked Zabuza's stomach. The man flew up and Naruto yelled, Fire dragons bombs. Naruto shot Rasengan like flame balls at Zabuza from his mouth. Zabuza dodged them in midair as he grabbed his blade and struck at Naruto, who was laying down on the floor facing up at him. Zabuza, before he could separate the blonde's head from his body, Naruto rolled to the side and instead Zabuza pierced the golden dragon, causing it to roar in pain and lose control. That's a Dragon Slayer killer blade. Maybe to kill dragons and dragon slayers, just one wound by it, and I feel as if I'm going to die. Be careful, brat. Naruto knew this, and just ignored the dragon as the dragon lost control of its body, and now it was crashing towards the farm where Fairy Tail was supposed to be at. Naruto and Zabuza quickly jumped off the dragon because neither wanted to be turned into pancakes. The dragon crashed and destroyed half the farm, while the rest of its body destroyed houses, trees, and streets nearby. Hey, dragon! Bandits yelled as they began running. I quit. This job is too stressful. Me too. Let's get out of here. Naruto. What the hell? First you bring US 1000 bandits, now a freaking dragon? Are you trying to kill US? Lucy snapped at the blonde as she walked toward him. However, she stopped when she saw Naruto fighting a man with a huge blade. Fire dragon's rocket punch. Naruto yelled as flames busted out of his elbow. This gave his punch extra power. He was about to hit Zabuza's jaw when the man blocked with his blade. Naruto hit the blade instead and Zabuza's eyes widened when Naruto managed to crack the blade. Water dragon stream. Zabuza yelled as he shot a powerful stream of water at the blonde. Naruto flew backwards, but before he could crash into a wall, the golden dragon grabbed him with his tail, and he then swung his tail and threw him back at Zabuza. Zabuza growled and yelled, Water dragon's mini tornadoes. Mini tornadoes made of water blasted out of his mouth, and Naruto dodged the water tornadoes with ease, and before anything could be done or said, the golden dragon grabbed both Zabuza and Naruto with its talons and took off, flying way up in the sky. Team Natsu, who was frozen, looked at the golden dragon, and then Natsu spoke. that guy he gets to have all the fun. The golden dragon didn't want to destroy the town any more than it already was, so he was now way up in the sky. And then he let go of Zabuza and Naruto, and now both were headed to their death, but that didn't stop them from still fighting, and the golden dragon just watched with amusement. Water Dragon's kick! Zabuza yelled as he kicked Naruto in the air. Naruto blocked, but this caused him to fly even further down. Zabuza smirked and he grabbed Naruto. He would crash on top of Naruto when the blonde crashed on the ground. The blonde didn't seem struggle, and they got closer and closer to the ground, and at last the blonde shifted his body, and now Zabuza's back was facing the ground, and Naruto was tightly holding on to the water dragon's slayer. Zabuza growled and tried swinging his blade, but Naruto grabbed it and threw it up in the air, and at last Zabuza crashed into the ground, somewhere in the woods. Naruto had landed standing up on top of him. The blonde grinned as he then jumped out of Zabuza, and now he stood on solid ground. Zabuza was one hell of a dragon slayer because he too stood up, however his eyes widened when he saw his blade falling from the sky, and now it was in between him and Naruto. Before the blade could hit the ground, Naruto kicked the blade from the end of the handle, and to Zabuza's surprise the blade pierced the side of his stomach, and the blonde pushed him back, and now the blade was tightly inserted into his stomach and against a tree. "Humph, I'll let those fairies take care of you and Haku," Naruto said and began walking away. "Aren't you going to kill me?" Zabuza figured the blonde would. "Humph, I only wanted the golden lacrima. There was no point in fighting you after Goldie did that to the golden lacrima." "Then why did you fight me?" Naruto just walked away and ignored Zabuza. Goldie up in the sky looked at Naruto and thought, "Igneel, that's one interesting kid." Naruto looked up at the dragon and his eyes widened when he heard the dragon inside his head. "Brat, use my lacrima and gold wisely, cuckoo." Naruto's eyes widened and smirked as he disappeared in a white flash. Naruto's house later that day. "Waha! I am so awesome." Naruto laughed evilly as he threw gold dragon crap in the air. Inside his room there was lacrima and gold dragon crap all over the place. You see, the blonde had used re-equipped magic to take some gold and lacrima because he figured something would happen. "I'm rich. Filthy rich, so rich I need to take a shower." Waha! Naruto laughed as he headed to take a shower. What he would do with the gold and lacrima he had no idea. But one thing was sure, he was one greedy dude. So he wouldn't be sharing. Chapter 7, Is it the end of the world? Lucy's POV. I sighed for the 6th time today as I saw and heard Natsu moan and complain about how Naruto was lucky that he was able to ride on a dragon. The pink-haired slayer in front of me didn't seem too happy. I smiled at him and I patted his back trying to comfort him. "That's what a good friend should do, right? At least we got paid for that quest, right?" I told him, and he just nodded. It had been a few days since we did that mission to take out the 1,000 bandits. We really didn't do anything, and I found it odd that Naruto didn't bother getting money for the mission, and Naruto didn't, haha. Natsu beamed up at hearing this. "Ha! Yeah. Suits the bastard for being an asshole." Natsu grinned at me, and I just smiled at him. "Hey, has anyone seen Mary Jane?" I turned my head to my right to see Urza asking for the white-haired woman. She probably wanted cheesecake. "No, it's odd, maybe she's sick or something. She's here every day," Gray said in a thoughtful manner. Gray. Your clothes, where are they?" I sweat dropped as I told him. "Crap. Where did they go now?" I giggled as he looked around for them. "Oh. Hey, it's Mira." I turned around once again when I heard Natsu say that to see the white-haired beauty enter the guild, and I noticed she looked red/flushed. She had drool coming out of her mouth, and her dress was a bit ripped here and there. Did she just come back from having hardcore sex or something, I wondered. "Hey, why you don't look good? What's wrong with you?" I noticed Gray say as he walked towards her. Looking at her, he stopped when he was a few inches away from her face. To the shock of everyone in the guild including me, Mira reached and wrapped her arms around Gray while she smashed her lips against his. I could tell they were doing that tongue-to-tongue action as she rubbed her right leg against his. Damn, that woman must have been sexually frustrated, I thought. Gray broke the kiss and I noticed that he now looked like Mira. He looked to be in some sort of trance. His eyes, I could see nothing but lust in them. Drool was coming out of his mouths. Then it all happened so fast as all hell broke loose within the guild. Gray and both Mira charged in their lust-filled trance at random guild members. Within minutes pretty much everyone minus Natsu, Urza, Loke, and I were in the same sex-lusting trance. What the hell is going on?" Natsu asked surprised. "I don't know, but I think we should leave." I replied shocked as well. None of us needed to be told twice because they all started charging at us, and the 4 of us just ran out of the guild and out towards the street, and the 4 of us were shocked. It was chaos out in Magnolia. People filled with that sex-lusting trance were chasing after people like us, who didn't have that lust in our eyes. What's happening?" I asked, as we ran towards an alley, and hid behind some dumpsters. "I don't know, but whatever it is, it's making them act like that," Urza stated as she peeked out the alley and looked at the streets. "They are acting like zombies," Loke stated as he adjusted his glasses. "Whatever the hell it is, we better stop it." Natsu growled as he clenched his fists. "Our guild. Our friends, we need to save them." Before I or anyone could say anything we heard emergency sounds throughout Magnolia, and then someone speaking through a speaker. "This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Everyone please stay indoors. A virus seems to be spreading at a rapid rate inside Magnolia, a virus that is transmitted through a sexy mouth-to-mouth kiss. This virus turns humans into sex-craving zombies, that instead of wanting to eat brains they'll want to fuck the brains out of you. Mwah. I heard a kiss as well as everyone, and then we heard a female say this to the man who was just yelling through the speakers. Come on big boy, give it to me hard, and the speaker line or whatever was cut off, and I looked at Natsu, Urza and Loke. What's that in the sky? I looked at Natsu as he pointed at the sky, and then I turned and looked as well. In the sky there seemed to be some sort of barrier or whatever started from Magnolia, and it seemed to be surrounding the city. I knew that wasn't a good thing. It's a magical barrier. It was placed around Magnolia, that way nobody can get in, or out. It will stop the virus from spreading any further, Urza stated as she looked at it. That's a good thing, right? I asked her. Sometimes, but in our case it could be bad. Lucy behind you. Urza didn't finish what she was saying because she pointed behind me. I turned around and saw Naruto. He was drooling, and before I knew it he wrapped his arms around me and he pressed his lips against mine. I froze. This was my first kiss. I growled and pushed him back, and then I swung and slapped him. Zombie or no zombie, he had stolen my first kiss. I wanted my first kiss to be under a sakura tree or something, but this was behind a freaking dumpster. Wait. Shouldn't I have turned into a sex-craving zombie by now? I looked at Naruto and he blinked before saying, "Oh, I thought you guys were zombies, so I tried to blend in." What? Bullcrap. I yelled at him. He knew we weren't, he just wanted to kiss me. I hate you. What's wrong with you, Lucky? He raised his eyebrow as he looked at me. It was just a kiss. My first kiss. So, I wanted it to be special. I yelled at him, and he just blinked. Fucking blinker. Can't he stop blinking? Before he could say anything, a load of the sex-craving zombies found us. Probably due to my screaming, I saw Naruto turn around and began running off. I couldn't help but run after him, and before I knew it Natsu, Urza and Loke were also running after the blonde. What the fuck? Naruto yelled as he turned around and looked at us. Stop following me, fairies. We're not, asshole. Natsu yelled at him. We're just running away from the zombies. Naruto ignored us after that, and we continued running until at last the blonde stopped in another alley. We stopped as well. I turned around and I didn't see any zombies. Good, we were safe for now. Natsu walked towards Naruto and punched him in the jaw. My eyes widened, and Natsu. I stuttered. That was for stealing Lucy's first kiss. Natsu growled at Naruto. The blonde didn't bother punching back or anything, he just shrugged his shoulders, and I couldn't help but growl, that guy's nerve. The blonde just turned and started walking away. Where are you going? I couldn't help but ask. It's dangerous to walk alone. I saw the look on his eyes. He didn't seem scared or anything, unlike Urza, Natsu, Loke and I. He looked calm and collected. I couldn't help but wonder what the blonde was thinking. Was he scared? The blonde just ignored us and he was about to turn the corner of the alley. And within the blink of an eye, the blonde got punched in the jaw and he fell back on the floor. Someone had punched him. What the fuck? Gil. I looked at the blonde as he got up, and then Gil, a black-haired man, walked towards the blonde. His pants were ripped up. Wait. Don't tell me he got attacked by the zombies as well? I looked at him more and saw blood on his hands, and blood on his legs. Was he wounded? Oh, it's just you. Gil said as he looked at the blonde. I thought you were a zombie. I heard him say, what the hell are you doing here? Naruto questioned him, and I couldn't help but wonder about the same thing. What were the both of them doing here? They were supposed to be in Oaktown, right? Stalking you? Well, Juvia is stalking you and she dragged me around to stalk you as well. What pointless bullshit. I couldn't help but sweat drop at this. And it's Gil, not Gale, idiot. Whatever, Gale. Grr. You want to die? Ha! Like you could do anything with those injuries of yours. Gil growled before he spoke. It was that man's fault and my fault as well. If only I had checked my pants, if only. What are you babbling about? Some asshole from the guild. I am guessing it was that bastard Totemaru. He freaking put bacon inside my pockets. When I was walking, 6 freaking dogs attacked me. What the hell? You're not even paying attention. I didn't ask for your life story. Those injuries have nothing to do with this zombie virus anyways. So who cares? I couldn't help but sweat drop by watching me. I was about to speak when I saw a blue-haired chick. She appeared out of nowhere, and she just gave me the creeps. Naruto-sama. You will have my babies, so kiss me. I froze when I saw her charge at Naruto. She had the sex-craving look on her eyes. Naruto backed up, but she was pretty fast, and she managed to grab his hand. She was about to kiss him, when I saw Naruto grab her face, and he was pushing her back. Fuck no! Screw you! Naruto said as he pushed her back. Why, you will have babies with Juvia and you will like it. I noticed Gil laugh at the scene, and the rest of us fairy tale mages just watched, not bothering to help him, even though I felt like it. The blonde noticed Gil laugh and said, Secret Dragon Slayer technique, switching kiss. My eyes widened when I saw him grab Juvia and then he smashed her face against Gil. Their lips met, and they engaged in a hot kiss. Haha. WHOSE laughing now? I sweat drop as the blonde said this. The ultimate dragon slayer technique. The blonde then pushed them and both fell as he began to run off. Does he have no shame? Those are his comrades, Urza said as she watched him run off. I don't know. But I think we should get going, I said as Urza and the rest nodded. Those two Juvia and Gijia would be up any moment now and I didn't want to be here when that happened. We ran after the blonde and I don't know why. But I had one question in mind. Chapter 8. For all manga lovers. Team Natsu followed Naruto and they wondered where he was going. He didn't seem fazed by the zombies. They continued following him. At last he stopped in front of some store, and he entered it. They entered as well to see manga. It was a freaking manga store. The blonde walked over to a random manga section and he picked a random manga before sitting down on the floor. Oh, what are you doing? Lucy asked the blonde. She couldn't believe it. He was here reading manga while everyone were out there infected with some virus. Naruto ignored her and just read his manga. He stopped reading when Urza pulled out her blade and she pointed it up against his neck. Oh, you should put that toy away before you hurt yourself, Naruto said as Urza glared at him. What was her problem? Your comrades, why did you do that to them? Don't you know the meaning of friendship? She growled at him. What's the big deal? Naruto blinked as he asked her. A freaking zombie virus. We could possibly be the last ones in Magnolia. Lucy yelled at the blonde. This sex-craving zombie virus is like the ice bucket challenge. Everyone is doing it nowadays, but after a while it'll fade away and nobody will be doing it. Kinda like a trend. Naruto stated in a matter-of-fact tone. What? What are you talking about? Lucy just didn't understand the blonde. Guys, what's sex? Natsu quickly just asked, getting all of their attention. Is it some sort of cake? Are the zombies craving cake? Urza and Lucy's sweat dropped. Of course Natsu wouldn't know. He was pretty innocent. I'll answer this. Locke stated as he adjusted his glasses. You see, Natsu, when a man gets aroused he inserts his thingy inside woman's thingy, though the atmosphere for this to happen has to be just right, you know. Perhaps do it in a public bathroom or something? Who does it in a public bathroom? Lucy asked Locke. Urza glared at Locke and he jumped back. She didn't like his explanation. She looked at Naruto and said, Natsu, sex is when how do I say this in a way he'll understand? Naruto blinked before speaking. Natsumi, every man has a dragon in his pants, and when that dragon gets angry, he gets bigger and bigger and all he wants to do is enter a nice tunnel, you see. All women have that tunnel, so the dragon enters her tunnel, make sure it's moist or wet, and before you know it that dragon will have spitfire inside her. Urza kicked him, and he flew and crashed up against the wall. What the fuck is your problem, bitch? Naruto yelled at her as he crashed on the wall. Your explanation was too vulgar. You have stained Natsu's innocent. That is unforgivable. That's the most unvulgar way a man can say it. Before anything else could be said, Lucy yelled, Guys. Zombies. Naruto and Urza looked out the store windows to see a load of zombie headed towards them. Locke quickly locked the door, as the zombies got closer and closer, and at last they all stood outside the store. Looking inside, they were all drooling. I got the big-boobed blonde one, mwahaha. I'll take the redhead then, mwaha. I'll take the girl with pink hair. What the hell? I'm a dude. Natsu yelled at the zombies. Before anything could be done or said, a freaking club smashed through the glass, and in the blink of an eye Gijio from earlier appeared and he looked at Lucy and Urza with lust. He charged at Lucy and was about to kiss her when Naruto yelled, Fire Dragon's manga throw. Urza looked at Naruto and the manga he blazed it with fire, and then he threw it with great force and speed. The fiery manga hit Gijio's face and he flew backwards out the store once again, crashing into other sex-craving zombies in the process. Hey, good idea. Let's use these manga as fire power. We can't use magic and hurt the civilians, so this is the only way. Urza yelled as he got a bunch of manga and threw them at the zombies. Happy said as he too picked up a manga. He span around and then he let go and it hit one in the face. That zombie fell back on the floor and remained knocked out. As they fought off the zombies, Naruto noticed a back door on the store and he opened it up to reveal an alley. He grinned and walked out. Unnoticed by any of those fairy tale members, the blonde then quickly walked towards one end of the alley. He looked out the street and while doing so he noticed that out of the huge town's clock a freaking cannon was coming out. Not every day you see a cannon coming out of a freaking town's clock. Should I check it out? Naruto asked himself. Before he could talk to himself more, the back door of the manga store burst open to reveal Natsu and Lucy. Running towards the blonde behind them was Urza, Locke and the other zombies. It seemed the other zombies had turned Urza and Locke into sex-craving zombies. Urza is gonna kill you. Run, Natsu! Run! Happy yelled as he flew over Natsu and Lucy. Naruto, there you are, bastard! You were gonna ditch us, huh? Natsu growled at the blonde. Well, we bring you some zombies. Naruto just said, no thanks. And as Natsu got closer to him, he kicked the pinkhead's face, causing Natsu to fly backwards and towards the crowd of zombies. Naruto didn't have to see what was going to happen to him because he began running towards the town's clock. As he ran he felt something behind him. He turned his head slightly to the sides to see Lucy. Oh. Lucky, surprise, surprise. I'd expect you to be one of the first to turn into a sex-craving zombie. Lucy glared at Naruto. You're a coward. Because of you all my friends turned into zombies. What kind of main character are you? I recall you guys following me. It's on you. Naruto just said as he continued running towards the town's clock. Lucy stopped running. He was right, they all followed him from the start. She thought whether she should continue following him or head somewhere. She was scared of the zombies, so she growled and ran after the blonde. It seemed that it was only them two. She was about to head back when she saw the huge pack of zombies getting closer to her. Wait for me!" Lucy yelled as she ran after the blonde. At last both arrived to the huge town clock and Lucy asked, "What are we doing here?" Naruto ignored her and he kicked open the door that led all the way to the top of the clock. They ran all the way up some long-ass stairs to the top, and at last both arrived to the top to see a man in glasses. Odd-looking eyes that looked like that of snake eyes. In the corner of the room there was a tied-up female with a rocket next to her. She seemed to be sleeping, or knocked out. Cuckoo, seems there was some non-infected humans after all, impressive. But you won't be stopping me from infecting the whole world under this virus, cuckoo. The man with glasses laughed as he looked at Lucy and Naruto. Naruto blinked and spoke, "What are you babbling about, Four Eyes? I'm not a Four Eyes. I'm Kabuto. It was I who started the virus to, blah blah whatever. Tell it to someone who cares." Naruto interrupted him as he shrugged his shoulders. "Why you little." Before Kabuto could finish, the woman in the corner of the room woke up and said, "Stop him. He's going to destroy the barrier with the cannon. If that happens, the virus will spread all over the world. I have the cure here in this rocket. Once it's thrown into the cannon and fired up at the sky, a huge cloud will cover up the town that'll destroy the virus within the people." Naruto blinked. In times like this he'd rather just read manga. Kabuto just smirked then laughed. "Too late, mwaha." As he pulled out a little remote control from his pocket, and he pushed a red button, a shot was heard and then within a few seconds the explosion was heard and Kabuto laughed. "Haha. The barrier has been broken, you'll never stop the spread of the virus, too late." He then clicked another button on the remote control and then the cannon exploded and part of the clock exploded, and the roof. Lucy and Naruto both got on the floor to not get caught in the explosion. "I destroyed the cannon too, your only hope to stop the virus is wasted. Give up and become a zombie. I'll be the alpha zombie that'll rule over the entire planet, mwahaha." "And Naruto?" Lucy yelled as both got up to see the zombies coming inside the clock tower. Well, it was no longer a clock tower because pretty much the entire clock had been destroyed, the walls, and the roof, so now the blonde was looking at the sky. There was no more barrier. "There really isn't a barrier," Lucy said. She feared the end of the world had come, but that's when she saw something. She saw the calmness of Naruto's face as the zombies circled both blonde. Naruto looked at Kabuto as he walked towards the woman with the rocket. He picked the rocket up and he spoke. "I don't give a damn if want to spread this virus all over the entire universe. I just want to peacefully read my manga. But now all the freaking manga inside my favorite manga store are ruined because we used them on your zombies. But that's not the point. The point here is if everyone turns into sex-craving zombies, my favorite manga writers will be fucking the fuck out of some hot chick and my favorite manga won't ever get finside. So I'm doing this for all manga lovers out there." Naruto blazed his right foot with fire, and he kicked the rocket like it was a football. The rocket flew way up in the sky and then the blonde yelled, "Fire Dragon's Roar." A beam of fire blasted out of his mouth and it headed for the rocket. The beam met the rocket, and there was a huge explosion, and then within seconds a huge cloud of something pink covered Magnolia. And then, oh fucking way, my perfect plan. "I'll kill you!" Kabuto growled as he charged at Naruto. When Kabuto got close enough, he grabbed Kabuto by his face and smashed him down against the floor. "Hey! Naruto, they are no longer zombies," Lucy said happily as the people who were once zombies groaned and asked, "What are we doing here?" Naruto ignored Lucy and picked up Kabuto by his shirt and dragged him. "Because of you a lot of innocent manga were destroyed in the process of this chapter. I will avenge those manga." Kakuka prepared to see hell on earth. Kabuto gulped as Naruto laughed sadistically as he dragged him out the clock tower. Lucy looked at Naruto, and she sweat dropped. He was really weird. But she couldn't help but smile. Some people would never know who saved them for this virus, but she would remember the day Naruto Uzumaki saved the town, no the world. Not because he wanted to be a hero, or stuff, but because he loved manga. Chapter 9, Fairy Hunt. Gajeel and Naruto had been called up by their guild master Jose, a creepy-looking man that has a pedobear-like look on his face. Or so Naruto thought. He didn't like the master, and the master just creeped the hell out of him. Why they were being called up, Naruto and Gajeel had no clue. "Naruto, Gajeel, I have a request for both of you." Jose smirked at them evilly. "Oh? What would that be?" Gajeel's right eyebrow rose. "It is time to make our move on those of Fairy Tail. I want both of you to go over to Magnolia, and I want you to destroy their guild." Jose told them with an evil smirk on his face. "We got a job request. Lucy Heartfilia. Her father hired us to bring her back home. We'll get her alright, but we will use this as an excuse to destroy them all." Cuckoo. Gajeel smirked. "It's about time we showed them who's superior, right Naruto?" Gajeel looked to his right and saw Naruto reading manga. Typical. Yeah, whatever." Naruto nodded as he read the manga. "Why, you weren't paying attention, were you?" Gajeel's sweat dropped. "Huh. I was. He said something about having the hots for Lucy Heartfilia? Jose, you're too old for her. I won't judge, but you should totally try hooking up with someone your age. It's just creepy going after a way younger girl." Naruto said as he looked at Jose. Jose grew a tick mark and he snapped at Naruto. Just get out of here, Fine. Naruto and Gajeel walked out of the guild. When Naruto and Gajeel arrived to Magnolia it was nighttime. They now stood in front of the guild. It seemed the guild was empty due to being so late. Gajeel smirked as he extended his right hand, and within seconds his right hand was a huge club. The metallic club extended, and it crashed right through the guild. Gajeel wrapped the club around the guild, and soon the guild was destroyed due to his club. Many metallic poles were sticking out, and Gajeel smirked in satisfaction after he was done. Naruto then walked in front of the guild and he touched the front door. He blazed up his hand with white fire, and soon the entire guild was covered in white fire. Let's go back home. Naruto then spoke as he began walking off. Nah, let's stay a few days. Cuckoo, this won't be enough to start a war. We'll have to hunt and hurt a few fairies before they get pissed and attack us. Gajeel smirked. Whatever, I'll be at the manga store if you need me. Naruto stated as he walked off. Next day, what the hell happened here? Natsu growled as Team Natsu arrived to Fairy Tail, to see their guild burned up and metal poles sticking throughout it. Who did this? I'll beat them to a pulp. Phantom Lord Team Natsu turned around to see Mira. She looked sad. They did it while we were all gone, so thank God no one got hurt. This is an unforgivable act. Urza clenched her fist. But I am glad no one got hurt. That is all that matters. Natsu's eyes widened as he smelled the air. No doubt the air, the familiar scent. He growled and he spoke. That man, I'll get him. I don't care if we aren't allowed to go against our own kin like Igneel said. I'm going to beat him. Natsu growled as he clenched his fist. Let's just go inside. Mary Jane smiled at them. As long as no one got hurt, we should be happy, right? No. We can't just let this happen to the guild and shrug it off. I say we go over to Oak Town, and we show them never to mess with Fairy Tail. Natsu growled. For once I agree with Flamebrain. Seems his brain isn't so useless after all. Gray commented. Screw you, stripper. Once inside the guild they looked around. It was burned from the inside too. It was a miracle the guild hadn't collapsed yet. They walked down to the basement where everyone was at. Some were drinking, while others were sulking. Some were playing cards and the master, Makarov, was drinking, and he was highly intoxicated. Old man. What are you doing here, drinking? We should be kicking Phantom's ass. Natsu growled at Makarov. Natsu. Don't worry about it. Makarov said, intoxicated. It will only drug us to their level. Only cowards attack at night. Natsu was about to protest when Urza glared at him, causing him to stop. Natsu. Enough, we must obey the master's wishes. The Pinkette sighed and nodded and ignored them as they talked. He was too busy thinking about Naruto. It was time someone some sense into him, and he would be the one to do so. Yeah, you guys should stick in groups. Phantom Lord members might still be around. It would be a lot safer if you stuck together. Alright, we will. Natsu, great, today we are crashing at Lucy's place, okay? Urza glared at both of them in case they tried protesting. Both nodded as Team Natsu began walking out of the guild. As soon as they reached outside, Natsu spoke. I'm going to pack some clothes. I'll be at your place later, Luce. Natsu grinned at her and then ran off. However, he wasn't planning on packing some clothes. He had another thing in mind. With Naruto. Naruto had been at the manga store the entire day until it closed down. The sun was beginning to set as the blonde walked around town. It seemed everyone was going to their homes, and there only seemed to be a few walking around. The blonde enjoyed the peace and quiet as he walked around. However, he stopped walking when he heard his name being called behind him. Naruto, you bastard! Natsu yelled at Naruto as he walked towards the blonde. I'm going to make you pay. Fire dragons roar. Natsu shot a beam of fire that headed right towards the blonde. Naruto stood still and the beam hit him. The blonde didn't fly back or anything, and the flames didn't seem to hurt or damage him. You do realize, your flames won't. Naruto began to speak but was interrupted when Natsu appeared in front of him and punched his jaw as hard as he could. This time Naruto flew backwards, but he did a backflip and landed on his feet, only to have Natsu in front of him again. The Pinkette tried kicking his face, but Naruto blocked the attack with his arm, while Natsu swung his blazing left fist this time. Naruto jumped back and Natsu leaped at him, swinging his right fist. I will never forgive you! Natsu yelled as his entire body was now covered in flames. Hate me! Detest me! Cling to that hatred, then defeat me, then use that hatred to survive this rotten world. Naruto spoke, causing Natsu to get more pissed. Shut up! Just shut up! Natsu growled as he threw punches, kicks at the blonde, only to have Naruto block or dodge. After a while Naruto used re-equipped magic and Natsu noticed a wooden katana appeared on the blonde's hand. Naruto without a second of thought swung his katana and he hit Natsu's face. The Pinkette flew to the side, only to have Naruto strike at him. The blonde pierced his shoulder with the wooden katana as he pinned Natsu to the wall. Natsu growled and tried getting himself free but couldn't because Naruto kept him really pinned against the wall. Naruto then lighted his left hand with black fire, and he smashed his hand against Natsu's face. Natsu yelled in pain as he felt the black flames burning him, but he used his right foot and he kicked Naruto's ankle. The blonde fell to the floor and Natsu yelled, Fire Dragon's Kick! Natsu's blazing foot connected with Naruto's face. The blonde flew backwards and crashed inside a store. Natsu jumped once again towards Naruto. He was mad and all he could think of was making Naruto pay. The pinkette entered the store and he didn't see Naruto. He looked around and the blonde was nowhere in sight. He turned around and his eyes widened. Naruto stood in front of him and yelled, "Fire Dragon's Roar!" A beam of black fire hit Natsu and he flew backwards. He crashed through the store and out to another store. Natsu growled once he stopped flying through stores and he got up, only to have Naruto appeared in front of him. Naruto picked him up by his neck with his right and then with his left hand he punched the pinkette's stomach. Natsu coughed blood and he tried punching Naruto but the blonde dodged his punches. Naruto then kicked him and Natsu crashed up against the wall. "Humph, you fairy losers are going down." Naruto grinned darkly as he began walking away. "Naruto! Fuck you!" Natsu yelled as he now ran at the blonde. Naruto quickly turned around and he struck at Natsu. Natsu felt Naruto's wooden blade pierce his right hand, but the blonde didn't stop there. He then stabbed the wall with his blade. Now Natsu was stuck up against the wall, his hand on the katana and the wall deep inside a random store's wall. The pinkette was about to speak again when Naruto heel kicked his face. Natsu began seeing darkness. The last thing he saw before seeing darkness was Naruto's back. "Haha. I got 3 fairy fucks. I crucified them at that shitty park." Gajeel grinned evilly as he met up with Naruto. "How about you? I destroyed that salamander. These skies aren't big enough for 2 fire dragons," Naruto said darkly before looking at Gajeel. "In fact, the sky will be all mines, so watch your back, Red Fox." Gajeel just smirked evilly and replied, "Likewise, asshole." As both walked back to Oaktown. Chapter 10. Did you forget your promise? I wonder why Natsu didn't come back last night. Lucy wondered while Team Natsu minus Natsu left her apartment. That flame brain must have fallen asleep at his house or something. You know him, Gray stated as they walked. That's Natsu for you. Happy grinned. Urza stayed silent and spoke. Something doesn't seem right. They all continued walking in silence as they walked through a park in Magnolia. As they walked they saw a crowd of people huddled up around a tree whispering among themselves. Team Natsu wondered what was happening, so they headed towards the crowd and their eyes widened. In front of them was Team Shadow Gear. Joy and Jet were crucified on tree branches while Levi was crucified on the trunk. The Phantom Lord guild mark was written on her tummy. Those bastards! Urza yelled angrily. Why would they do this? Levi, Droy, Jet. Lucy looked at the floor. This has gone too far. Gray growled as he clenched his fist. They turned their heads when they heard their master speak. I can stand and watch them destroy the guild, but I cannot sit there and watch they hurt one of my children. Fairy Tail, we are going to war. He yelled at last. Or, look what Phantom Lord did to these Fairy Tail. Yeah, I feel bad for them. No kidding. I think that salamander got it worst. What do you mean? Didn't you hear? Someone found him inside a store knocked out. The place was destroyed, and he was heavily wounded. They took him to the Magnolia hospital. They say he's not waking up, and he's under some coma. Oh, who could have done that to the great salamander? Apparently it was Phantom Lord's member Naruto Uzumaki. Makarov's and Team Natsu's eyes widened at hearing this. No. It couldn't be right? Natsu was way too strong to get coma, right? Urza growled and Lucy dropped on her knees. Makarov was about to blow out a fuse. It had to be a rumor, right? It just had to, so they quickly freed Team Shadow Gear and quickly took off to the hospital. At hospital. Oh my god! Natsu! Lucy fell on her knees crying when she saw Natsu. Flame Brain. Wake up. Gray yelled while tears left his eyes as well. I'm the one that's supposed to defeat you. Urza was frozen. In front of her was Natsu. Some of his clothes were burned. He had burn marks on his face. His shoulder was wounded as well as his hand. And he just wouldn't wake. She too fell on her knees. She couldn't believe this. Naruto. Was Naruto trying to kill him? He will pay for this. Urza growled as she clenched her fist. I will make sure of this. It's hard to believe both were raised by the same dragon. Gray stated as he looked at Natsu. Makarov was crying, and snot was coming out of his nose. How could someone be so cruel to their own kin? It amazing. They all turned around when they heard a nurse. The person who did this, they beat him to an inch of life and death purposely. What a scary opponent. They stayed silent and Makarov spoke. Let's go, we're going to make them pay. I'll stay here with Natsu. Lucy spoke as she looked at the floor. They all nodded and walked away. With Naruto. Naruto, you will be their target. Kuku almost killing one of their members. The master will definitely after you. Jose smirked evilly at Naruto through a projection. There's been a change. I know you can't defeat him, but I want you to kill him, that damn old man. Jose growled. How Makarov pissed him off. Screw you. Naruto snapped at Jose. You creep. If you want him dead, kill him yourself. It's an order. Jose commanded Naruto. I don't give a damn. Naruto said. He wasn't a murderer. Why don't you want to kill him? You practically almost killed the salamander. Naruto stayed silent and Jose spoke. Stall him then for as long as you can then, Cuckoo. Naruto could see evilness in Jose's eyes, and just nodded. With Igneel. Igneel the Fire Dragon King had been watching Naruto and Natsu ever since they first met up. He had been watching them through a magical crystal lacrima, and he was not happy with the way Naruto was acting. He wasn't happy when he saw that Naruto had gone as far as to place Natsu in a coma, but Igneel blamed himself for this. Naruto, why are you acting like this towards Natsu? Do you want him to hate you? What are you thinking? I shouldn't have told him that. Igneel spoke to himself as he remembered. Flashback. Igneel was ready to leave Natsu and Naruto. He didn't want to go, but he had to. He looked at Natsu, who was sleeping beside him. The great fire dragon covered the pinkette with his wing to keep him warm. Naruto, on the other hand, was sleeping up against the tree like usual. That idiot. Igneel looked at both and he stood up. It was time. Humph, lizard breath, leaving us, eh? Igneel froze when he heard Naruto speaking. Yes. I don't care if you leave or not, but you're gonna make Pinkette here cry, and it's going to be troublesome. Igneel looked at Naruto and asked, Naruto, do you care about Natsu? Naruto blinked and spoke with honesty. He can be annoying and irritating, but I guess that's how all older brothers see their younger brothers. Yeah, don't worry, I'll protect him for you while you're gone. I promise. I don't break promises, but don't tell him, or I'll kick your ass. Igneel nodded as he chuckled and spoke with seriousness. Kid, I wasn't going to tell you this, but do you know why your flames are black? Because you have the flames of darkness. Flames of darkness? Yes, Naruto, a fire god slayer has black flames, but prophecy foretold of a dragon slayer with black flames will rise to rule over the dragons. The prophecy also speaks of the younger brother of the one who has black flames. You, Naruto, are destined to kill Natsu. Igneel looked at Naruto's blue eyes, and the blonde didn't look scared or surprised or anything. In killing him you will unlock the ultimate dragon slayer power. That's what the prophecy says. I didn't want to believe it, but it seems it's true. Whatever. Naruto shrugged his shoulders. I don't see why you told me this. I don't care for shitty prophecies, you shitty dragon. Igneel looked surprised and he smiled. Take care, kid. As he took off flying. Flashback end. Naruto and Natsu weren't the closest of friends or brothers, but Igneel noticed Naruto had grown distant from him over the years. He had changed a lot ever since he told the blonde. Was the blonde actually going to kill Natsu? Or was he trying to get distant from Natsu and get the Pinkette to hate him? That way the Pinkette could kill him with no regrets, if Naruto ever did try killing him? This all gave him a headache, and it was time for him to have a chat with Naruto. Back to Naruto. Naruto was sitting down on the floor leaning back on a wall. He was on one of Phantom Lord's towers. That's where he and Makarov would fight. He knew he would not be winning this fight, but all he had to do was stall. Stall for what though? He wondered, and the evil look on Jose's eyes gave him the freaking creeps. Brat. Naruto's eyes widened when he heard Igneel inside his head. What do you want? Did you forget your promise about protecting Natsu? What are older brothers for? You bring shame to me, Naruto. Naruto is your kin. As dragons and dragon slayers we protect our kin, even if we don't have the same ideologies, views and such. You're piss me off, brat. Don't make me eat you. Naruto's eyes widened as he remembered what he said long ago to Igneel. He can be annoying and irritating, but I guess that's how all older brothers see their younger brothers. Yeah, don't worry, I'll protect him for you while you're gone, I promise. I don't break promises, but don't tell him, or I'll kick your ass. You broke that promise last night. Natsu is in a coma. What's wrong with you? Tell me, is it because of the dragon prophecy? Are you trying to get Natsu to hate you? What for? Is your plan to have him kill you, if you ever try killing him? Naruto stayed silent, and Igneel sighed as he said, Let me tell you something. A stupid annoying brat once told me I don't care for shitty prophecies, you shitty dragon. I hope you do the right thing. Naruto no longer felt Igneel inside his head, and he sighed as he heard an explosion at the first floor of the guild. The blonde stayed sitting there. Makarov would be here any moment now. Chapter 11, Blade of Betrayal. Where is Naruto? Gajeel heard as fairy tale members burst through the guild doors. It seemed the plan was working. Yeah, where is he? We'll make him pay. Gajeel smirked and said, Oh, I feel left out here. I should have killed that blue-haired bitch instead. Grr. Urza growled as she charged at him. Gajeel jumped back and spoke. He's at the highest tower in the guild. Go get him. Makarov heard this and he charged off. He was going to make Naruto pay. Urza was about to run after Makarov as well as a few others when Gajeel appeared in front of them. If you want to go with your master, you'll have to go through me. They all charged at him, and so the war had begun. Meanwhile, Naruto was sitting on the floor as he heard huge-ass steps and a lot of destruction going on outside the room he was in. He was passing the time while reading some manga. The blonde continued reading until the doors to the room burst. No broke open, revealing a short man, and he looked enraged. You! It was you! Makarov growled as he pointed at Naruto. You hurt the one I considered a grandchild. I cannot forgive you. Oh, I always expected the fairy tale master to be more badass, but you're just pathetic. Naruto stated as he continued reading his manga. Makarov looked at the blonde. He had heard rumors him and Natsu were both brothers, not related by blood but both two kids who were once taught and raised by Igneel. He looked at the blonde's blue eyes and they didn't look soft and warm like Natsu's, they looked cold and calm, and he could see evil in them. Makarov extended his arm as he swung at the blonde. His eyes widened when Naruto just disappeared and reappeared in front of him. The blonde was about to kick him when Makarov dodged his kick quickly and he jumped in the air. He did a 360 and was about to kick the blonde's head when Naruto jumped back. Makarov quickly charged after him as he enlarged his fist. The blonde dodged the first 3 punches, but the fourth Makarov landed the punch and Naruto flew across the room and crashed on the wall. The moment he crashed on the wall he yelled, Fire Dragon's Roar. Makarov's eyes widened when he saw a beam of black flames headed towards him. The flames felt cold and wretched. With ease he dodged the attack and yelled, Ice Make. Dragon! Naruto didn't have time to dodge as a dragon made of ice flew right at him. The ice dragon crashed into him, and it shattered. The blonde growled as he disappeared and appeared in front of Makarov again. The man saw this and he too disappeared. The blonde sensed the old man behind him, so he quickly turned around as he swung his fist only to receive a punch to the face. The blonde flew backwards once again and crashed near a window. Damn, this guy is strong and fast. Naruto thought as he saw Makarov looking at him, rage seen all over his face. Give up! Makarov told him, you, Jose and everyone, Fairy Tail will win. Naruto didn't reply. He sucked in air and then yelled, Fire Dragon's Dark Blast. Naruto blasted at him black fire and Makarov stood still. All he lifted was his right hand. As the fire got closer and closer to him, it shrunk and shrunk until at last there was nothing, and Naruto's eyes widened. This guy was really strong. All of your attacks won't work on me. You're still 1,000 years too early to defeat me, Makarov stated as he looked at the blonde's face. Naruto growled and charged at Makarov, Fire Dragon's Iron Fist. He ran at Makarov and swung at him, but the old man dodged with ease, until at last he enlarged his right hand and then grabbed the blonde's entire body. Naruto felt as the old man's grip tightened around him and he couldn't help but growl. Give up! Makarov yelled at him. Humph, never. I don't care how strong you are because Phantom Lord will win. Naruto growled as Makarov's fist tightened even more. The blonde tried escaping the old man's grasp when he got an idea. He ignited his entire body with black flames and now he was covered in flames as well as Makarov's hand. Kuka! You'll lose your hand first or I'll die first. Naruto laughed darkly. Makarov could feel his enlarged hand burning and he growled. It hurt badly but he wouldn't stop not until Naruto gave up. But why wouldn't he give up? Naruto realized the old man wouldn't let go, so he used re-equipped magic and within 10 seconds 10 sharp swords were floating in the air above Naruto and Makarov. Naruto smirked as the blades flew towards the older man. Makarov jumped back quickly and he threw Naruto at the blades that were headed towards him. Makarov's eyes widened when Naruto closed his eyes and without looking in midair he shifted and turned his body to dodge all the blades that now pierced the floor. This kid, no doubt. He could hold his own against Urza Laxus, maybe even Mystigan. Makarov thought as he looked at the blonde. He was however snapped out of his thoughts when he felt something behind him. Metsu! Makarov heard as he turned around to see a huge man. Makarov's eyes widened when a light appeared before him and before he knew it he felt his magic draining fast. The old man then felt a ton of pressure on him as crashed on the floor and broke, causing him to sink to the lower levels of the guild before crashing on the first floor. Naruto looked confused as he now walked toward Arya, the man who had used Mesta, and asked, what the hell was that? Metsu! Naruto heard again as he felt light appear around him, and he felt his magic draining away too. The blonde quickly jumped out of the light's way, but it was too late because a lot of his magic had been drained away. The blonde felt as time had frozen. What the hell had just happened? Naruto! Sorry! Arya was crying. I'm sorry! It must be done, huh? Naruto couldn't think straight. He was beginning to see darkness as a projection of Jose appeared in front of him. My what a shame, Naruto. I liked you, but this is for the better. It seems you've been keeping secrets from us. Look what Gajeel found at your house. Naruto looked and saw that Jose had his gold made of dragon crap. You had this and you didn't bother telling us? We could have used this gold to become even stronger, you ungrateful brat. Naruto stayed silent and Jose continued speaking. In the end, none of us trusted you. You'd betray your own before anything, so I decided it was us who would betray you first. You already played your part here. You took down Salamander and the old man. Too bad you won't be here to see Phantom Lord rise to the told. Because Arya is about to put you out of your misery, cuckoo. Naruto stepped back as Arya walked towards him. The blonde growled as he stopped and noticed the window behind him. So this is it, Naruto said as he looked at the floor. Surprisingly, I don't feel the blade of betrayal. I guess I never considered you guys friends or anything. Just a bunch of hungry powered losers. What did you say, brat? Phantom Lord can suck a fat one. Naruto said at last as he flipped off Jose and then he jumped out the window, breaking the glass window in the process. Naruto! Arya cried as Jose growled. That blonde had a knack for pissing people off. Don't mind him and stop your crying. He's dead anyways. He won't get far if he didn't die from that jump, Jose stated as he looked at Arya. Come back to HQ, those fairies are running away now that the old man is defeated. There's no point in staying any longer. Jose's projection disappeared, as Arya nodded and he too just vanished. Chapter 12, Don't fuck with me. Naruto was gasping for air as he walked through the streets. He growled as he saw darkness. That asshole Jose, he should have seen it coming. The blonde walked slowly as he made it through an alley. He dropped down on and laid beside a dumpster. The blonde knew he could possibly die if he didn't do anything about hit loss of magic. The blonde stayed there on the floor for what seemed for hours. His eyes started closing and at last he gave into the darkness that awaited him, but not before seeing a familiar face. When Naruto woke up, he was in the same spot as before. He blinked when he felt a lot of his magic back. The blonde stood up and dusted himself. What the fuck? How long was he asleep? How did his magic return? Yo, seems you're awake. Naruto turned his head and saw a silver-haired man with a mask on his face leaning up against the alley wall. Kakashi! Naruto said surprised. What are you doing? Did you do this to me? Kakashi nodded and spoke. I gave you a magic pill that restored your magic. You could have died, you know. Naruto stayed silent and Kakashi continued. I went over to your house, but it seems someone destroyed it, so I followed your scent and here we are. So I guess you didn't come here to visit me, so what do you want? Kakashi in a fake hurt tone said, Naruto-chan, I'm hurt that you would think that. Good, I hope your heart aches. Kakashi chuckled before he spoke in a serious tone. Your parents, they want you back home. Oh? Kakashi nodded and said, when you barley a baby, your father and a man known as Jude Heartfilia, they made a contract when his daughter Lucy Heartfilia turned 18. She and you would marry. However, Jude is desperate, so he decided he wanted you to wed her as soon as possible. So you Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki are the fiancé of Lucy Heartfilia. Ha ha ha. Naruto just laughed at Kakashi. Damn Kakashi. I knew you were funny, but not this funny. Kakashi's eyes narrowed and Naruto spoke. Well, see you later. I have something I need to do. Naruto. Kakashi said his name. Are you going to come back home, or am I going to have to fight you? I'll return. Naruto said without looking back. Kakashi could tell the blonde was smirking. I'll inform Kushina and Minato. Try to be home within the end of this week. Kakashi spoke before he disappeared. Naruto looked at the sky, before heading to the place where Natsu Drang Neil was. Magnolia Hospital. Naruto was in Natsu's room. The pinkette looked like utter shit. The blonde smelled the air. It seemed Lucy was here for a long time. Not only that, but it seemed Phantom Lord members were also in the same room. They probably got Lucy. The blonde blinked before he told himself, change of plans. I'm going to destroy Phantom Lord Kukuku. Naruto then walked up to Natsu while he ignited his right hand with his white flames. Natsumi, it seems I played right into fate's hands, eh? Naruto said as he looked at his white flames. You and I are meant to fight until one of us dies? Flashback. Naruto stood before a white fire dragon. The dragon was pretty much dying in front of him. The dragon seemed to be struggling to keep its eyes closed. Son of Igneal. You're the one I saw in my dreams, the one with black flames, show them to me. Naruto ignited his entire body, and he was covered with the black flames. The white dragon's eyes widened. Such evil I sense from you. These white flames of mine were meant for the other son of Igneal, but I shall give them to you. However, eventually you'll have to give them your younger brother, or these white flames will end up killing you. But for now it will balance you out. But once you give them to your brother, you'll have only those dark flames and evil will surely consume you. How fast is up to you, Cuckoo. Fate is a bitch, isn't it? Naruto didn't speak and white flames burst out of the white dragon and they surrounded the blonde. Naruto felt as the flames entered his body, and at last he saw the white dragon smirking until the little life he had in his eyes left his body and the dragon was no longer in this world. Flashback ends. Naruto touched Natsu's head, and his white flames covered the pinkhead's entire body. The blonde did this until he no longer felt the white flames inside his body. He looked at Natsu and he looked healed, and at peace. The blonde then walked away. It was time for revenge. Urza Scarlet gasped for air as she fought Jose Porla, Phantom Lord's guild master. He was freaking powerful, and she was tired as hell. She had to do something or she would end up dying. Cuckoo, you looked miserable. Let me put you out of your misery. Jose smirked before he yelled, Dark Beam. Out of his fingertips he shot out darkness beams that headed straight for Urza at quick speed. She growled and dodged them. However, as she dodged she ended up tripping on a rock and she fell to the floor. She quickly got up, but it was too late as one powerful beam headed right towards her. She growled and before anything could happen a wooden katana appeared out of nowhere, and whoever owned it, swung and it hit her right in the face. She flew and crashed into a wall. Her eyes widened when she saw Naruto. The beam that headed towards her hit him right in the chest, and he flew backwards and crashed onto a wall. You! Urza and Jose both looked at the blonde, who was up against the wall. He was looking at the floor and his bangs covered his eyes. Blood was dripping from the corner of his lip. You're supposed to be drained. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be dead. Jose growled when he saw Naruto. Urza on the other hand was sweating like crazy. Naruto was here, which meant she had to fight two super strong dudes at once. But why did he do that? She was confused, and what was Jose talking about? Naruto smirked as he brought up his face and looked at Jose. The only one who can kill me is me, he said in a cold voice before he disappeared. Jose's eyes widened when Naruto appeared in front of him. Fire Dragon's Roar! Naruto yelled as he shot out a beam at Jose. The Phantom Master flew backwards as he crashed into a wall. No, through a wall. Before he could land on the floor, Naruto appeared behind him and yelled, Fire Dragon's Punch! He proceeded to punch the man's face, but Jose shifted his body and yelled, Darkness Beam! Out of the palm of his hand a beam of darkness shot out, and it headed towards Naruto. The blonde stood still, and right before the beam could hit his face, he moved his head slightly and Jose's eyes widened as the beam flew past him. Jose looked at Naruto's eyes, and he growled, Those eyes, they had no fear, no despair, they were just empty and cold. But then he smirked. You can't defeat me, Naruto. Kakuku, we both know this. I'm on a totally different level. Jose then smirked as he began glowing blue, and the pressure in the room increased. Naruto didn't seem worried and he spoke. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, a badass fire dragon slayer. Don't fuck with me. His black flames burst out of him, and he looked at Jose evilly. Both stood still and at last both charged at each other. Chapter 13, Naruto vs. Jose. Both stood still and at last they charged at each other. Naruto swung his blazing right fist at Jose, who grabbed it with his right hand. The older man then placed his left palm on the blonde's chest and yelled, "Dark lightning strike." Naruto huffed back air and yelled, "Fire dragon's blast." As the blonde felt lightning hit his chest and entire body, out of his mouth came out a huge blast of his black flames. They hit Jose and he flew backwards. The blonde disappeared and reappeared behind Jose. He heel kicked the older man on the side of his face as the man now flew sideways. Fire dragon's roar of destruction. Naruto then yelled as Jose flew backwards. Darkness death beam. Jose yelled while lifting his right palm and pointing it at the blonde's attack. Naruto's roar of destruction met with Jose's death beam, and they tried overpowering each other, but Jose won and two combined attacks headed for the blonde at fast speed. Naruto flew backwards and he crashed out the guild and into the water. Jose smirked, and he turned and faced Urza. "Now where were we?" Jose smirked at her. "Oh right, I was just about to kill you." Urza growled. She felt pain throughout her body, and she couldn't just dodge another attack. The red hair tried standing up straight but fell on the ground on one knee. Jose was about to fire at her, when Naruto out of nowhere flew and tackled Jose. The blonde had black fire on his feet, and he was using the fire as a booster to fly. He held on to Jose as the blonde crashed through the guild's wall. Jose growled as the walls hit his back and the back of his head. Before he could do anything, the blonde let go of him and Jose crashed into the water. Yes, they were now outside the guild. Fire dragon's bomb. Naruto yelled as a huge bomb of black fire crashed into Jose. A huge explosion was heard as water went everywhere. Jose then laid on the ground where water once was, and he looked pissed as hell. "I can't lose to you. I won't lose to you, do die." Jose yelled as he began glowing. His eyes were glowing too. Someone looks pissed. Maybe you should retire, old man. Getting angry is bad for you." "Shut up." Jose yelled as magic burst out of him. Naruto flew backwards as a wave of darkness magic hit him. Jose then stood up, and before Naruto could react, Jose was now in front of him. Jose grabbed his neck and Naruto gasped for air as he tried to free himself. Jose smirked and said, "This is the power of a true saint's wizard, now die." Jose squeezed his new tighter and tighter until blood squirted everywhere, and the blonde's head fell off of his body and into the water. "Kuku. You shouldn't have opposed me, Naruto. Kuku, that's what happens when you mess with the strongest." Jose laughed as he dropped Naruto's into the water. "Talking about me as if I'm dead is kinda creeping me out." Jose's eyes widened and he turned around only to have a wooden katana pierce his right shoulder. He growled in pain, and quickly swung his fist at Naruto, who quickly jumped back to avoid from being hit. "Why you? I should have known, you used a clone. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, don't forget that, old man." Jose growled and yelled, "Dead wave." As a powerful wave of ghosts combined into a ball headed right towards Naruto. The attack was fast and before the blonde knew it, the wave was already in front of him, so the blonde brought up his katana and blocked as the wave pushed him back. The blonde held his ground as it kept pushing him back. "This is troublesome, if I dodge the fairies behind me will get hit," Naruto thought as he felt the fairies looking at him in panic. "I'll just take the hit, but they are paying my hospital bill, mwahaha." At last the dead wave hit the blonde and he flew backwards, and crashed into the fairy tale guild. Hell, in fact he destroyed it more. The blonde stood up quickly as he ran out of the guild only to see Jose already at the shore and walking towards him. The old man smirked and yelled, "Darkness bomb." As a huge ball of darkness magic formed in his right hand, he jumped and then he smashed it against the floor, causing a huge wave to hit everyone within sight. The blonde quickly jumped in the air while he saw everyone flying all over the place. "Shadow clone make." Naruto then yelled as 20 to 30 clones appeared, and surrounded Jose. "Ha ha, fool, a couple clones can't defeat me." Jose laughed while Naruto smirked. "Fairy tale harem make technique." Naruto then yelled and in the blink of an eye his clones are transformed into females in bikinis, not just any females but the females in fairy tale. "Master Jose, no spank me." A Levi clone spoke as she sexily crawled towards Jose. "Master Jose, my breasts are hurting, can you message them?" A Lucy clone grabbed Jose's right hand and then placed it on her breasts. This caused Jose to fall on the floor while blood left his nose. The power of that technique was out of this world. Naruto dissipated the clones and gulped as he felt glares and evil auras headed right at him. "If Jose doesn't kill me, these fairy tale babes are," Naruto thought as Jose stood up quickly. "Fire dragon's Rasengan." Naruto then yelled as a ball of black fire formed in his right hand. He ran towards Jose who had just finished getting up, and he smashed the Rasengan on the Saint Wizard's chest. Jose coughed up blood as he flew backwards and into the water. A huge ball of black fire formed around him, and then it exploded. Naruto growled as he then fell on the floor on his knees. He grabbed his heart. It hurt like a bitch. It felt as if his heart was trying to leave his chest. "The magic pill Kakashi gave me. Its effects are starting, fuck," Naruto thought as he tried getting up but fell. Not only were the effects of the pill hitting him now, but he had ran out of fire magic. The blonde growled and stood up slowly but surely at last, but then a dark beam flew towards him and hit him on his shoulder. It pierced it, and then exited his back. Naruto coughed up blood as he clenched his shoulder. Before he could do anything else, Jose appeared before him and punched him in the face, causing the blonde to go flying backwards. Cuckoo, seems you're at your limit. Jose smirked as he saw Naruto get up. You look like shit yourself. Naruto smirked as he noticed Jose gasping for air, and his magic didn't seem as strong now. Don't get a heart attack on me now, old man. Die. Jose just yelled in anger before he yelled, dark blasts. Naruto's eyes widened as 5 blasts of darkness magic head towards him. The blonde dodged them as quickly as he could, but one hit his chest, and he slid backwards. He then pulled out his wooden katana and he charged at Jose. The blonde appeared before the older man and he swung, not just once or twice but without stopping. Don't stop. Keep striking and swinging. Don't let him find an opening, Naruto told himself as he kept slashing and striking at Jose, who couldn't dodge or do anything against the blonde. Naruto at last swung once more with all his might and he hit Jose right in the face. The older man flew back and crashed into the floor. Naruto gasped for air, and fell to the floor on his knees after. Was it over? Cuckoo, Naruto, you're strong but not strong enough. After you die, everyone will know the story on how I made you beg to me as I killed you slowly. Naruto's eyes widened and he froze. Jose was a strong motherfucker. The guy kept getting up and the blonde couldn't move. If only he had his white flames. And then he smirked as Jose stood up and walked towards him. The older man pointed his index finger at the blonde's forehead. Any last words, Cuckoo? Make me a sandwich, bitch. Naruto smirked before black flames burst out of him. Jose froze as Naruto charged at him, grabbed him by his arm and then took off flying. He was out of magic. Could it be he still had reserves? The blonde flew towards the Phantom Lord Guild and crashed inside. Inside you could see Natsu fighting Gajeel, while a beat-up Lucy watched. Naruto grabbed Jose and threw him at Gajeel, causing both to crash and fly backwards. Fire Dragon's Roar! Fire Dragon's Roar! Both Naruto and Natsu then yelled as white flames came out of Natsu's mouth and black out of Naruto's. Both attacks combined and headed right towards both Phantom Lord mages. Kaboom! Was then heard as both attacks hit both mages. Everything within the proximity of the attack was destroyed. Natsu then turned and faced Naruto, not bothering to check if the attacks were effective against Gajeel and Jose. And he charged at Naruto. Naruto grinned and charged back. Chapter 14. Mage days are over. Lucy watched in amazement as Natsu and Naruto charged at each other. Both seemed to have run out of magic and now they were fighting with just physical attacks. Whoa! And Naruto is strong. Lucy stuttered as she watched Naruto take one of Natsu's punches like it was nothing. Happy agreed before saying, Geo Natsu. Natsu grinned at Happy, which caused Naruto to land a punch on the Dragon Slayer's face, causing him to fly back a bit. But the Pinkette did a back flip and he kicked Naruto's chest. However, Naruto grabbed his leg and swung Natsu as if he was a chair. He then let go and the Pinkette flew and crashed on the wall. The Pinkette eyes widened as Naruto appeared in front of him and swung his fist that was aimed at his face. Natsu quickly moved his face to the side, which caused Naruto to punch the wall instead. That's when Natsu swung his left fist and punched Naruto's stomach. The blonde fell to the floor but quickly stood up and jumped back. Natsu stayed where he was and he eyed Naruto. The blonde looked tired. He seemed to be at his limit, and so was Natsu. The one who fell first without getting up would be the loser of this match, and Natsu promised himself it wouldn't be him. He had to kick Naruto's ass for attacking the guild. Haha, I hardly feel your punches, Natsumi. Step up your game. Naruto mocked the Pinkette. I would, but look at you, you're at your limit. I don't want to accidentally kill you. Natsu countered back with a glare. Oh? You couldn't kill me even if you tried. Naruto smirked evilly while Natsu growled. It remained silent for a few seconds before Natsu questioned the blonde. Naruto, what is power to you? What is magic to you? The magic Igneel taught you all you do is bad stuff? Naruto blinked before he laughed and charged at Natsu. Natsu's eyes widened. The blonde was fast, really fast. In a flash Naruto stood in front of him, and he grabbed Natsu by his throat. Natsu growled and tried freeing himself, but the blonde's grip was very tight around his neck. Power is a burden, Naruto said at last, which caused Natsu's eyes to widen and growl. The Pinkette quickly kicked Naruto's chest with both his feet, causing the blonde to let go. The Pinkette did a back flip and then he yelled, Fire Dragon's Roar. Seems you still have some magic left in you, Naruto said before saying, and no fair. That's cheating. No magic allowed. He's acting like a child. Lucy's sweat dropped as she stared at the blonde. Naruto stood still as a beam of white flames headed towards him. He was going to eat those flames. Mwahaha. Idiot. You won't be able to eat those flames anymore, and if you take the entire attack you can possibly die. Naruto's eyes widened when he heard Igneel in his head. The blonde quickly jumped up and dodged the attack, but as he jumped Natsu appeared in front of him and did a 360-degree turn before kicking the blonde's face. Naruto flew and crashed on the floor as a crater formed where he landed. Just like your black flames hurt Natsu, his white flames, the ones you gave him will hurt you now, Baka. Go back to sleep, you fat lizard. Hey! How dare you call me fat? What are you? A woman? You seem self-conscious about your weight. The great Igneel cares not for weight, so shut it before I eat you. Haha. You wouldn't dare, humph brat, was the last thing Igneel said in Naruto's head before the blonde focused on his fight with Natsu once more. You don't look too good, ha! Natsu laughed at Naruto as the blonde stood up. And you look so lovely yourself, Naruto remarked sarcastically. They both stared at each other once more before Natsu charged at Naruto. But while he charged, Naruto's eyes widened when he saw Jose stand up and point his index finger at the pinkhead's head, and at that moment time seemed to slow down for Naruto, and without realizing he too charged at Natsu while he swung his right fist. When they both met up he swung hard and he hit Natsu's left cheek, causing the Dragon Slayer to fly to the side, and before the blonde realized it, he felt as a beam of darkness magic pierced his chest, and he felt as it exited his back. Naruto! Natsu, Lucy and Happy then yelled in shock as they saw Naruto fall to the floor, huge hole on his chest and back. Keikyu, you can't survive that, Naruto, not even you can beat death. Jose laughed evilly as he saw Naruto lay on the floor. This pissed off Natsu and he charged at Jose. The old man smirked and he lifted up his hand and pointed his index finger at Lucy's head. Since we can't have you, Lucy, no one else can, so die, Kukuku. Natsu's eyes widened when he saw 5 beams of magic head towards Lucy. He tried running towards her but Jose tripped him and he fell to the floor on his knees. Lucy! Natsu yelled while quickly looking at Lucy, but to his shock Naruto was in front of her, his wooden katana in front of him. The blonde swung and he sliced 4 of the beams in half and they exploded. One however managed to hit his arm, causing his katana to go flying away from him. Jose's eyes widened when he saw the blonde standing up, hole in his chest and all. YUW, what are you? Jose seemed scared as he eyed Naruto. Naruto didn't reply and instead he coughed up blood as he walked towards where his wooden blade had landed. He grabbed it quickly and used it as a staff for support as he began walking away. Why you can't just walk away like that, you're hurt. Lucy snapped at Naruto as he kept walking away. Cuckoo, he's running away, tail in between his leg. Jose laughed evilly at this. Naruto didn't stop walking but he did speak. Ha ha ha, this is nothing, I hardly feel a thing, I can still take you on, old man, he said cockily, which caused Jose to growl and point his index finger at Naruto. You fool, still at death's door, and still talking tough, face it, you're running away. Jose snapped at the blonde. Naruto smirked before speaking. I just don't want to be here before he shows up. He? Lucy questioned. Jose just growled and once again from his index finger he shot out a beam of magic that headed towards Naruto. The blonde kept walking. He didn't bother to dodge or move out the way, and in a flash Makarov appeared behind Naruto and he glared at Jose. He quickly lifted up his palm and stopped Jose's attack. Master! Lucy, Natsu and Happy all said happily. And then Lucy's eyes widened, so it seemed Naruto was talking about Makarov. Naruto stopped walking and he looked at Natsu, who looked back at him. Natsumi, we'll finish this fight next time, I look forward to it, Naruto said with a smile, which caused Natsu's eyes to widen. Naruto usually smirked evilly, but he seemed to have smiled a real smile. Natsu grinned and spoke, I'm all fired up. Makarov looked at them before he turned to Makarov and yelled, You have done it this time, Jose, you hurt my children and I will not go easy on you. Jose gulped and the last thing Naruto heard before he disappeared in a yellow flash was, Fairy Law. Scene change. Tsunade Senju was walking around Magnolia. She was a legendary medic mage, known to heal anything and everything. She traveled from town to town, from country to country, from place to, well, you get the point, right? Anyways, she was walking around Magnolia when she saw blood on the floor, and she looked at it, it seemed fresh. So she followed the trail of blood and it led her to an alley. She kept walking until at last she arrived to a dumpster. It seemed the source of the blood was coming from inside the dumpster. So she opened it, and her eyes widened. Naruto! Tsunade yelled in shock as she saw Naruto inside the dumpster. He had his eyes closed, a huge hole on his chest, and on his arm, and he looked badly beaten. Hell, she couldn't sense magic coming from him, and what the hell? What was he doing inside a dumpster? He didn't seem to be breathing much too, the old hag. Tsunade quickly grabbed the blonde and took off. Ugh, my head hurts, I need some ramen. Naruto groaned as he woke up. Huh? Where am I anyways? The blonde looked around and it seemed he was inside a hotel. He looked at his arm and at his chest, and both seemed to be bandaged up. Seems someone had healed him. You're finally up, Baka. Naruto turned his head and he blinked when he saw Tsunade laying next to him. She was wearing nothing but a black bra. Huh? What the fuck are you doing here? Naruto yelled as he fell off of the bed in shock. Wait. I don't remember anything. What the hell? Wait, why are we in the same bed? Did we do it? No. Please tell me we didn't do it. You're so old. Tsunade's right eyebrow twitched, and she got off of the bed and she punched the blonde in the face, causing a huge crater to form around him. You idiot! I found you in a dumpster, passed out, and you seem to be half dead. What the hell is it with you and dumpsters anyways? The first time I met you, you were sleeping by a dumpster, and I haven't seen you in a long time, and when I do you're half dead in a dumpster. Naruto blinked as he seemed to remember why he got hurt, and why he was in a dumpster. I was sleepy and the streets were filled with noise, so at the time the dumpster seemed nice and cozy. Naruto grinned and Tsunade growled and punched him in the head once more. You idiot, if I hadn't found you, you would have died. I kinda wish you didn't, your punches hurt. Naruto stated, which earned him another punch by Tsunade. What the fuck? At this rate I'll die by your hands, old hag. Naruto snapped at Tsunade as she stood up. The blonde rubbed his head and he too stood up. Before anything else could be done or said, Tsunade turned around and Naruto flinched because he thought she was going to punch him, but instead she hugged him. The blonde blinked when he felt tears on his chest. He looked at Tsunade's face. She was crying and hugging him like crazy. Why, you idiot, you selfish, reckless, crazy idiot, you need to start thinking about the people who care for you, Tsunade cried on the blonde. If I lost you I don't know what I would do. Old hag, you're gonna hug me to death or something? Tsunade looked at the blonde's face, and it was purple from the lack of oxygen. She then realized she was hugging him to death with her super strength. She quickly let go of the blonde, her face red from embarrassment. The blonde took deep breaths before he sat on the bed. Sorry, Tsunade quickly said. The blonde shrugged it off, and Tsunade spoke. So how did you end up like this? Got in a fight, no longer in Phantom Lord. Naruto replied. He was too lazy to tell her the whole story. I see, the guy must have been really powerful. Pretty much, Naruto replied before he ignited his hand with fire. Tsunade watched as he placed his blazing hand over his Phantom Lord mark, and her eyes widened when he started burning the guild mark off of his arm. What do you plan on doing now, brat? Naruto stayed silent before he spoke. My mage days are over. I'm done with magic, guilds, and power. I'm going back home. Tsunade's eyes widened and she leaned closer to the blonde's face, and then she kissed his forehead. Good luck then, Baka. Naruto grinned at her, as he watched her walk away, and as she did he thought, time to start anew, believe it. Chapter 15, Childhood Friend. Team Natsu minus Lucy were all in Lucy's apartment, and to their surprise Lucy was nowhere to be found, and they found that odd. Maybe she got kidnapped? Yo, Flamebrain, look what I found on Lucy's bed. Gray told Natsu while handing him an envelope. Huh? A letter? Natsu looked at the envelope. Let me see that, Urza said, or well more like demanded, as she took the letter off of Natsu's hand and opened it. Dear Natsu, Urza Gray, or whoever from Fairy Tail reads this, thank you everyone. Thank you for being good friends. Thank you for seeing me as Lucy and not some rich kidder as just Heartphilia. But I am going back home. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if something happened to you guys because of me. Please don't come looking for me, please. I will miss you guys a lot. Please take care and have fun. Love, Lucy from Fairy Tail. Lucy, quit the guild. Urza's eyes widened as she finished reading the letter. What? Natsu yelled in surprise as he snatched the letter from Urza. Normally if someone disrespected her like that, she'd kick their ass, but she was too shocked that Lucy would do such a thing. Fuck, this sucks, Gray said as he clenched his fists. Let's go get her. Natsu growled as he ran out of Lucy's apartment. Happy agreed while he followed Natsu. However, 3 seconds later they returned back. Haha, where does Lucy's father live? Natsu laughed nervously as he stared at Urza and Gray. I'll lead the way, Urza said as she began walking out of the apartment, followed by Gray and Natsu. Scene change. Naruto Uzumaki stood in front of a mansion. Well, not just a mansion, but the mansion where he used to live, the mansion where he sort of grew up in, the mansion where his parents lived. The blonde had been standing at the front door for 10 minutes now, trying to think of a way to greet his parents. Yo, I'm home, what's up? Naruto said to himself. Nah, I can't say that. Dad, you look older. Mom, you look as beautiful as ever. Nah, too weird. What's rocking? Hello? Fuck, this is hard. Fuck it, I'll just go with the flow, baby. Naruto told himself. I'll live a space dandy WYY. The blonde dragon slayer was about to ring the bell, when the door suddenly opened to reveal a red-haired beauty. Said beauty opened up her arms and gave Naruto a bone-crushing hug. Yes, the red-haired woman was Kushina Uzumaki, Naruto's mother. Naruto, you finally came back. How have you been? Have you been eating your vegetables? Have you been doing good? You look sick, are you alright? You haven't been sleeping around with any woman, right? I know how kids are at your age. Kushina bombed the blonde with a bunch of questions. Naruto's cheeks turned red from the questions. Miss you too, Mom. Naruto just spoke as he hugged his mom back. Come on inside. I'll make ramen. Kushina grinned while Naruto walked inside. Once the blonde was inside he saw his dad, a man who looked pretty much like him. Blonde hair, blue eyes, tan skin. The man's name was Minato Namikaze and he smiled when he saw Naruto. Naruto. Kiddo. Minato grinned as he walked up to Naruto and shuffled his hair. It's about time you came and visited your old man. I actually wouldn't have came if it wasn't because of this wedding shit, Naruto said bluntly. Haha, so cold like usual, even to your own parents, haha. Minato laughed as he continued to rub Naruto's hair. Naruto just grinned and gave his dad a hug, which Minato returned back. After a second both started walking to the kitchen in silence. Kiddo, your room is still exactly how you left it, by the way. Minato spoke after a while to break the silence. Oh? Thanks, I guess. It remained silent after that. You see, to Naruto this was awkward. It had been a long since he visited his parents. He felt kind of like when you're walking with erection. It's awkward and you don't want anyone to see that you have one. That's pretty much how Naruto felt right now. Weird, right? They arrived to the kitchen and Naruto just drooled at the smell of the ramen. His mom made the best ramen ever. It was actually worth it coming back. Both blondes sat down on a counter, as Kushina smiled and hummed as she made the ramen. Naruto, don't you want to take a shower before you eat? Kushina questioned the blonde. Nah, I already got a smell of your wonderful ramen. Everything else will have to wait now. Naruto grinned at her. Hearing this made Kushina happy. Yo! Naruto then heard a familiar voice behind him. Kakashi! Naruto just said without turning around. Oh, seems you actually did return home, brat. Kakashi spoke in a chill manner. I'm actually surprised. I missed you so much, I couldn't help but come back for a little visit. Naruto said sarcastically. Miss the bedtime stories I used to tell you as a child? Kakashi questioned as he rolled his uncovered eye. Yes. But do you know what I miss the most? Naruto grinned evilly. You being my bitch, mwahaha. Before Kakashi could say anything, a servant walked into the kitchen and spoke. Minato-sama, there's a call for you on the phone. A call from Jude Heartfilia. Minato, who was started to get amused by Kakashi and Naruto, sighed and nodded as he stood up and started walking away. Well, see ya around, brat. Kakashi then said as he too walked away. Naruto just nodded as he waited for his mother to finish making ramen. Scene change. Very wise choice, Lucy. Jude smirked at his daughter as she bowed in front of him. I would have kept hiring guilds to bring you back if you didn't come back. This is for the best after all. Lucy wanted to scream at the man who was her father, but she bit her tongue. Yes, father. It stayed silent for a few minutes before Jude broke the silence. Now that you're here, I'll call Minato. Yes. The faster you get married the better. Lucy stayed silent before she asked, who am I getting married to? Jude looked at her and spoke. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. He is a Phantom Lord Mage, actually. What? Lucy's eyes widened at this. And Naruto? Him? ITC can't be. Jude looked confused at Lucy and spoke. You may not remember this, but he was actually a childhood friend of yours. He saved your life once. A carriage was taking you guys somewhere, and on a turn by a cliff somehow the carriage got loosened up and both of you headed to your deaths. But that Uzumaki somehow managed to grab you midair and throw you towards the road. Witnesses say you hit your head hard, that's why you can't really remember. The doctor, however, did say you couldn't remember anything because you took the blame. You blamed yourself for his death, and you managed to erase your memories of him and regarding him. Lucy was flabbergasted. She always knew something about Naruto was familiar to her, but she couldn't put her finger on it. Naruto, he might be dead, Lucy whispered as she looked at the floor. Dead? What do you mean? Jude roared at Lucy as he stood up from his chair and slammed his hands on his desk. He was a Phantom Lord Mage. I don't know what happened. I think he betrayed them, and he fought Jose the Master. Jose messed him up badly. He had injuries that no one could possibly survive. Lucy told her father while she looked at the floor. She was biting her lip. She was hoping that Naruto was alive. Jude's eyes widened and he growled. That Uzumaki, he looked to be deep in thought before he spoke. You're dismissed. Go to your room. I'll call for you when you're of use to me. Lucy growled when she heard that, but she nodded and walked away, tears in her brown eyes. Chapter 16. Party isn't a party without explosions. Lucy was in her room, sadly looking around and having flashbacks of when she used to live in her father's home. She was so into this that she didn't hear explosions within the mansion. Not only that, but she didn't hear someone or a group of people calling her name, until at last the door to her room burst open. Luce! We finally found you. Don't just run off like that. Natsu yelled as he rushed towards her and hugged her. And Natsu? Lucy's eyes widened. Flame Brain. You idiot, Master is gonna die from a heart attack when he gets the bill from all the destruction you caused here. Lucy then heard as Gray entered her room. Humph, you also destroyed as much as Natsu? Urza said in a matter-of-fact tone as she entered behind Gray. You destroyed the most though, Urza. Gray pointed at her. Urza just blushed at this and walked towards Lucy. That was unforgivable of me, Lucy. You may hit me. Lucy didn't know whether to be happy or surprised that they were there. But one thing was for sure, she was happy. She already had missed them, and it hadn't been that long since she left the guild, left her apartment. She didn't even realize it, but she was crying, which caused the others to look at her surprised. Natsu! What did you do to Lucy? Urza glared at the pinkette, as he stopped hugging her. And nothing. Natsu stuttered. Alright, Luce? Lucy wiped her tears and smiled. Sorry, I'm just happy to see you guys. Natsu sighed in relief at this. He'd get to live for another day. If you're sad, and you miss us, why leave the guild? Gray just questioned her. Lucy sighed and spoke. You guys already know my father would just keep hiring mages to come after me. It's for the best. We'd kick their ass then. Fairy Tail wouldn't lose to anyone. Natsu grinned confidently. Just thinking about it gets me all fired up. Happy said, you need to come back. You're the only one I can make fun of since you're so weak and ugly. You stupid cat. Lucy glared at Happy. Natsu. An ugly monster is glaring at me. Save me. Save me. Happy said as he hid behind Natsu. Lucy just glared at Happy before she turned to Natsu. Gray and Urza, I'm getting married. What? They all yelled in shock. Lucy nodded and spoke. That's why my father wanted me back. It'll probably make him richer and more powerful. Who are you getting married to? Natsu asked her. He seemed pissed. I'll kick his ass. Lucy was about to say it was Naruto before she changed her mind and said, I don't know. You need to come back to the guild. It won't be the same without you. Urza said in a serious tone after a while of silence. The busted blonde shook her head. I won't be, but I've made my mind. I'm sorry. If you're my friends, you'll respect my choice. It stayed silent, and Lucy felt like crap. How much she wanted to go back to having fun with Fairy Tail, but it seemed those days were over. If that is what you wish for, then I will not question your choice then. I'm sorry, Urza said after a while. Natsu and Gray nodded. They wanted to keep pressuring her to join back, but they knew Urza would probably kill them. However, Urza continued, since you are getting married and such, we will attend to your wedding. We are? Natsu and Gray both yelled in shock. Urza just nodded as she crossed her arms. Once she made up her mind, nothing could stop her. Mwahaha. Scene change. It was already evening when Naruto was eating dinner with his parents, and Kakashi. It was surprisingly a pleasant dinner for all of them. Minato and Kushina were both happy that Naruto was there with them. Kakashi on the other hand was being annoyed by the blonde, and he couldn't help but sigh. As dinner was coming to an end, Minato spoke. I have some news regarding the wedding. It stayed silent and he continued. Tomorrow we are having a rehearsal dinner at Jude's place. He's going to invite every person with money, power and or fame to this rehearsal dinner. The day after the rehearsal dinner, you and Lucy are going to wed. Naruto, by the way, why did Jude think you were dead? Naruto froze at hearing the last part and he spoke. I have no idea. Dude is crazy. Back to topic though. Aren't rehearsal dinners just for close family and friends and not the entire world? Haha, yes, but I guess Jude wants to show off that Heartfilia and Namikaze are uniting. Minato told the blonde. I'm going to be inviting some friends. Invite anyone you want. Kushina smiled at her son. Naruto just grinned and Kakashi couldn't help but feel worried. Scene change. Rehearsal dinner. It was night time when Naruto and his family arrived at Jude's place. The rehearsal dinner would start in an hour, and people were starting to arrive as well. The blonde noticed there was mages from several familiar guilds stationed up all over the huge-ass dinner room. The blonde figured they were there to protect the guest in case something happened. As the blonde walked closer to a big and long table, he smelled good food, and he was itching to eat some. Hey! Naruto, what the fuck? What are you doing here? Naruto then heard a familiar voice as he and his parents turned around. Naruto! Are these your friends? Kushina smiled at Natsu, Gray, and Urza. Hi, I'm Kushina Uzumaki, and I'm Naruto's mother. Oh, like hell we're friends. Natsu yelled as he pointed at Naruto. This bastard almost killed me once. Almost. Naruto said as he eyed Team Natsu. They were dressed up. Natsu and Gray both had tuxes, while Urza had a dashing blue dress, and damn did she look good. Natsu! Be nice. Urza just glared at the pinkette before turning and smiling at Kushina and Minato. I'm Urza Scarlet, Gray Full Buster. Natsu drank Neil. They all introduced themselves and Natsu asked again, Naruto, what are you doing here? Oh, where is that bastard? It seemed the blonde was no longer with them, and they looked around and they didn't seem to find him. Oh, didn't you guys know? My Naruto is getting married to Lucy Heartfilia. Kushina told them. Say what? Natsu said in shock. He's the one marrying Lucy? Minato nodded. It appears so. That's shocking. It's a forced marriage, right? Gray questioned Kushina. Well, kinda. Kushina told them. What do you mean kinda? Urza's eyes narrowed. We love Naruto. He's our only son, and we want him to be happy. He doesn't have to get married to Lucy if he doesn't want to, but he hasn't said anything against it otherwise. Minato spoke. Why are they getting married in the first place? Gray asked them. When Naruto and Lucy were young it kind of happened. We were hoping for them to be childhood friends, which they were, but things happened. We were hoping they'd naturally just fall in love, but things just happened. Lucy forgot about Naruto due to some trauma, and Naruto went missing for years. Kushina replied to Gray as they walked towards the table. That's interesting, Urza said while looking at Kushina and Minato. They seemed like nice people. How strong is Naruto though? She thought as she narrowed her eyes. He's crazy and reckless when it comes to fighting. He was able to hold his own against Jose very well. Could I even defeat him? You guys appear to be mages. What guild? Minato grinned as he asked them. Fairy Tail. Natsu grinned. The best guild ever. Kushina. You hear that? Minato turned to his wife. From Fairy Tail. It sure brings back memories. We were from Fairy Tail too. Kushina said excitedly. That's where Minato and I met. It sure brings back memories. What? You guys were from Fairy Tail? Natsu and Gray asked. They both nodded. We soon left after Naruto was born. We would have wanted him to join, but he joined Phantom Lord instead. How did such cool parents end up having that thing? Gray then asked as he pointed at Naruto. It seemed he was with Lucy. Naruto! Natsu yelled as he and Happy ran towards Naruto and Lucy. Kushina giggled and spoke. That thing is our awesome son. He may not be the nicest person ever, but he has a heart of gold. Urza and Gray stayed silent and Minato spoke. We aren't supposed to eat now, but all this talk has got me hungry, so hell with it, and let's eat. They all nodded and started grabbing food by the table. Naruto was looking at Lucy. She seemed sad. Her brown eyes just seemed lifeless. But the blonde just shrugged it off. Oh, lucky, seems we're getting married, eh? He asked her. Humph, I don't want to get married. I don't love you. I'm just doing this to protect Fairy Tail. Lucy just snapped at the blonde. We seem to be in the same situation, and you don't seem to be sad or anything. Naruto looked at her boobs and spoke. I don't mind getting married. Blonde and busta makes me lusty. Lucy's face turned red and she covered her breasts by crossing her arms. My face is up here, asshole. Before Naruto could say anything, Natsu and Happy appeared in front of him. The pinkette growled at the blonde and grabbed him by his tux. Get away from her, asshole. Natsu snapped at the blonde. Is that how you're gonna treat someone who saved your life? Naruto said as he cocked his right eyebrow. I didn't ask to be saved, either did Lucy. Natsu said as his face got closer to the blonde's. Naruto just shrugged his shoulders and spoke. Lucy and I are getting married, so you're gonna have to deal with it. In the blink of an eye, the blonde was now beside Lucy, his right arm wrapped around Lucy's waist. This caused Natsu to get pissed. Get your filthy arms off of Lucy's waist, Natsu demanded. Oh? Natsumi, look at ya, you seem jealous. Naruto smirked as he then turned Lucy and they were face to face. The blonde then got closer to her and kissed her lips. It was a simple kiss that seemed to have pissed off both Lucy and Natsu. Don't tell me you like Lucky? Naruto smirked as he eyed Natsu. He likes hair. Happy nodded and Naruto laughed. You like her, don't ya? Happy and Naruto both said at the same time. Natsu likes Lucy. Natsu likes Lucy. Both Happy and Naruto then sang, which caused Natsu to turn red. And no, I don't like Lucy in that type of way. And since when did both of you become friends? Natsu pointed at Happy and Naruto. They just ignored the pinkette as both Happy and Naruto continued singing Natsu and Lucy, sitting in a tree. Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, then a fire-breathing baby, in a carriage. Lucy and Natsu were just red and filled with embarrassment. Before anything else could be done or said, there was an explosion within the mansion, and everyone froze as a man with a huge blade entered the room. So the party started without me, eh? The man spoke as he walked inside and towards the table with food. He grabbed a bottle of wine and began drinking. When he was done he grinned and continued. When I heard that bastard Naruto was getting married, I just had to come, kukuku, and I come for revenge. So Naruto, you bitch, show yours. The man didn't finish talking as Naruto appeared in front of him and punched him in the face. The man flew backwards and crashed on a chair. He quickly got up and grinned as he looked at Naruto. Oh, Zabuza, where's Haku? Naruto casually asked him. Zabuza remained silent before he spoke. None of your bushiness, so die. Zabuza charged at the blonde as he swung his blade. Naruto quickly pulled out his wooden blade and he blocked the man's attack. Zabuza used his left hand to punch the blonde's face. This caused Naruto to fly backwards, but as he flew backwards, he did a backflip and landed standing up. You're not supposed to be here. Leave or pay the price. Mages that Jude had hired then said as they appeared and surrounded Zabuza. Zabuza ignored them and charged at Naruto. The blonde charged at him as well. As they got closer and closer to each other, the mages surrounded both. Both Zabuza and Naruto swung at each other's face. But right before they could land their shots on each other's face, both quickly shifted their bodies and punched one of the mages in their faces instead. What's going on? Naruto and Zabuza just smirked evilly as they charged at the mages surrounded them, both just using physical attacks instead of magic. Kaboom! Was then heard as explosions were heard throughout Jude's mansion. Don't tell me you planted bombs all over the place? Zabuza smirked evilly and spoke. It isn't a party if there aren't any fireworks. Well, how about we make the biggest fireworks anyone could possibly make? Zabuza grinned as he yelled, Water dragons roar! Fire dragons roar! Naruto then yelled as both aimed their beams of magic at the ceiling. Both attacks combined causing a huge explosion. What the hell is going on here? I'll sue your entire family. Jude then yelled as he pointed at Naruto. What is the meaning of this? Naruto blinked and spoke. Change of plans? I don't plan on getting married, so suck it. Jude growled and charged at the blonde. Bad idea because Naruto punched him in the face, causing him to fly backwards. Naruto noticed Lucy behind him and she seemed surprised. The blonde turned around and grinned at her. You stupid girl. Your guild risks their lives to stop you from being taken away, and you decide to just return after the destruction of Fairy? You could have just gone willingly in the first place, women eh? Only you have the power to fuck up your life any way you want to, idiot. Lucy's eyes widened, and she couldn't help but cry. Was he doing this for her sake? I don't remember anything. I have tried, it seems we were childhood friends. But nothing, I remember nothing. Naruto shrugged his shoulders and said, It doesn't matter, you're still the same girl I grew up with. And if it makes you feel better, you did have a crush on me. That doesn't make me feel better. Lucy blushed while Naruto walked towards Jude and picked him up. The blonde then walked towards Lucy and handed him over to her. You should get out of here. This entire place is about to collapse. What about you? Lucy asked him as she noticed him and Zabuza were walking towards the table, both grabbing random foods and bottles of wine. Oh, we're getting some food then getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here when your dad and Knights show up. Naruto replied before he bit a piece of chicken leg. Lucy nodded and walked out of her mansion, as Naruto and Zabuza fought over food. Hey! I wanted that baba brat. Well, first come first serve. Screw you, I'll kill you. Try it. Grr. Lucy smiled as she walked out of her mansion. Minato and Kushina were sweat dropping like crazy as they saw Lucy and Jude come out of the mansion. They were the last ones out, it seemed. The mansion was all destroyed and crumbled up. Shit. Look what Naruto did. Minato gulped. That b-brat, I should have known. Kushina gulped as well. Ha! Babe, you probably won't agree with me, but we should get out of here. Minato laughed nervously. Kushina wrapped her arms around Minato and spoke. I actually do agree. Let's get out of here before Jude wakes up. Minato grinned as both disappeared in a yellow flash. Kakashi noticed this and sighed as he thought. He had this planned all along. I should have known, but then it's hard to predict his thoughts and moves. He truly is fearsome. The gray hair then disappeared as well. Luce. Are you okay? Natsu said worried as he ran towards Lucy. Lucy smiled that smile that he loved. Yes, let's go back home. Natsu's eyes widened and he grinned. Let's go. Team Natsu all smiled as they all walked home happily. Chapter 17 Bartenders from Hell. It had been a few days since Naruto crashed Jude's wedding plan. The blonde and Zabuza had split up and gone their own separate ways since then. Naruto was currently working towards his dream to become the Pirate King. Just kidding, the blonde was actually chilling at his new place. The blonde used to live in Oaktown, and since his house got destroyed, he decided he would live in Magnolia instead. They had better stores, hotter ladies, and awesome ice cream. Anyways, Naruto now lived next to a bakery called Magnolia's Bakery. The owner of Magnolia's Bakery owned a one-floor building which was empty and next to the bakery. The owner of the bakery decided to rent out the building to the blonde for 2,000 jewels a month. It was a rip-off, right? Well, the blonde didn't plan on paying rent anyways. And so now the blonde lived there. Odd jobs, Naruto, bitches. The building which Naruto lived in had that sign on it in front, in big black and bold letters, yes. Since he was no longer a mage from a legal guild, the blue-eyed dragon slayer decided to start his own odd jobs. Do jobs nobody wanted to do at a freaking cheap price. Inside the one-story building, there was 2 couches facing parallel to each other. Both couches were cheap-looking. They also were good for 2 people to sit on each couch. And in the middle of the 2 parallel couches was a small wooden table. On one of the corners of the room there was a small crappy T.V. And on another corner there was a stand which had a bunch of manga and anime videos. On the left wall there was a door which led to small-sized bedroom. There was just really a queen-sized bed, a closet and a door which led to the bathroom. It wasn't the fanciest place, but it was better than living under a bridge, right? Anyways, back to Naruto. The blonde was currently laying down on the couch, flipping the pages to a manga with a bored expression on his face. His chilling time was disrupted when he heard a knock on the door. Anyone here? Naruto heard a man's voice. No, nobody's home. Come back in 1,000 years, sayonara. Naruto didn't want to deal with anyone at the moment. It remained silent, which made Naruto believe the man had left. But he was wrong. The door to the building opened. Naruto wanted to punch himself for forgetting to leave the door unlocked. Haha, it was unlocked, so I decided to come in. The man stated. Naruto kept flipping through his manga before he spoke. Huh? I didn't see you there. Who the fuck are you? The man's sweat dropped before he cleared his throat. I'll get straight to the point. My wife is giving birth today. Don't tell me your life story, just get to the point. The man nodded quickly. I am the owner of a bar, and I'm going to be busy today, so I need someone to fill in for me as one of the bartenders. Since the bar I own, the bartenders are always being mugged and jumped. All my bartenders have quit. I hired one earlier just for today, but it gets full, so I would feel better if there was another bartender. Fuck that. Naruto snapped at the old man. I'm too young and handsome to get mugged or jumped. Are you trying to kill me? And no. I really just need for you to fill in for today. I'll pay you 30 jewels an hour. Did your mom drop you as a baby? No, you must have been bottle-fed. Only a dumbass risks their life for 30 jewels an hour. Naruto wasn't worried about getting jumped or mugged. He could take on a few thugs before a mother could flip a Sunday morning pancake. The blonde just didn't feel like working. Today, I am broke. You're my only hope. Legal guilds are more expensive. Bullshit. You're a bartender. You must get good tips. You're just a cheap bastard. The man stayed silent and Naruto, without looking at him, spoke. Go hire some bum off of the streets. No way in hell am I doing this job. The man sighed and began walking away. Right there and there a miracle happened. Yes, a miracle. Naruto had a change of heart. Wait, I'll do it, old man. Naruto yelled quickly as he stood up, but then fell to the floor. He was hungrier than a pack of wolves who hadn't eaten in a damn week. It was either a miracle or the blonde was just hungry. Because, well, bars have drinks, food, and babes, right? Of course. Now let's go before I have a change of stomach. Heart. The man smiled and the blonde walked out of the building. Right behind the man, they walked for a few blocks before they arrived to a bar that had a sign that said, Greatest Bar in Magnolia. That's a shitty bar name, Naruto said as he looked at the sign. Every good name was taken. As if you were just too lazy to come up with something creative, you boob sucker. No, the author of this story was too lazy to come up with one. Don't go on breaking the fourth wall. Breaking the fourth wall is like taking a girl's virginity. I regret hiring you. The man just muttered. The blonde was starting to annoy him with his remarks. Naruto just ignored him and continued speaking. Yes, it's a sacred and forbidden thing that must be handled with care. Once you take a babe's virginity, things just aren't the same. Same with the fourth wall. They walked inside the bar after that and Naruto noticed it was halfway full. There was huge flat-screen T.Vs, pool tables, and other types of weird games. The man walked behind the counter where the bartender was supposed to give drinks, and Naruto followed him, only to stop when he saw Zabuza. Why you? Zabuza yelled in surprise as he stared at Naruto. Be in awe at the sight of Lord Naruto Uzumaki. Bitch. To hell with that. What are you doing here? Or you seemed surprised, couldn't you sense me? I sensed you blocks away. Are you really a dragon slayer? You're probably one of those con artists that bullshits. Fuck that. Zabuza growled. I'm just slightly intoxicated. Now answer my question, brat. I'm here to become the greatest bartender in the world, believe it. Don't give me that crap, now fess up. Last time I checked I was at a bar, not a fucking confession booth. Naruto said calmly as he started walking towards the man who hired him. Once he got to where the man was, the man handed Naruto a book. Here, it's a book on how to mix drinks, and make drinks. Most people here order sake, or vodka or some shit like that. But from time to time someone does ask for a different kind of drink, and if they do, just follow the instruction on this book. Yeah, whatever. Naruto shrugged his shoulders as he threw the book across the bar. Why did you throw it? Mixing drinks is easy, like making cereal. Anyone can do it. Haha. Idiot. Mixing a drink, or making a drink is not like making cereal. Zabuza laughed as he overheard Naruto talking. Only simple-minded fools think that. In reality, mixing a drink is like making cereal. You pour the milk in the bowl, then some Lucy Charms, and boom, you got some magical shit going up in your bowl. Zabuza snorted. You're just half-assed piece of shit. Making alcoholic drinks is an art. Art is a bang. Was heard across the bar. Art is gonna be my fist in your face if you don't shut up, Daidara. Was then heard, before a bar fight broke out. I'm starting to regret this. I don't think I should leave both of you guys in charge. Naruto decided to take matters into his own hands and push the man towards the exit of the bar. What are you doing? Don't worry, we got this. You go home to your husband, okay? I'm not gay, and I'm married. My wife is giving birth today, asshole. Oh, don't get defensive. I won't judge you. I'm not gay. Are you deaf? That's what Justin Bieber said, and I'm pretty sure he digs men. What are you talking about? Never mind, it's no use talking to you. I'll be back tomorrow morning. The man walked away, and Naruto walked towards the counter where drinks were served. He sat across from Zabuza, who was wondering what the hell the blonde was doing. Don't just stand there. Serve me a drink. What? Screw you, brat. Serve yourself. Is that a way to treat a customer? You're no customer. You're a brat who should be stoned to death. I want ice on my drink too. Naruto ignored Zabuza's shouting. Zabuza growled before he grinned evilly. Do you want poison with your drink? Naruto blinked. Nah, I'm allergic to poison. It'll kill me. This brat is pissing me off. I'll kill him, yes. I'll kill him, hide his body in the woods, then join another dark guild, cuckoo. Zabuza seemed to have snapped as he poured the blonde some sake. Naruto took the cup of sake and gulped it all down in one drink. As he out the cup down, a man sat down next to the blonde. He looked to be in distress. I want a bottle of sake. No, make it 2 bottles of sake. The man said as he gave Zabuza the money. Naruto eyed the man before he spoke. What crawled up your ass? I cheated on my wife and we have 3 kids. I can't live with the guilt. It just happened. I want to tell her, but I don't want to lose her and my kids. Zabuza placed 2 bottles of sake in front of the man. Naruto grabbed one of the bottles casually, and took a huge drink before he spoke. What is done is done. You might as well keep cheating. Idiot, what kind of shitty advice is that? Zabuza snapped at Naruto as he grabbed the other bottle of sake that the man had just gotten and he gulped it all down. Hell is a place for sinners like you. You have a special spot reserved just for you in the VIP section. Zabuza stated with an evil grin as the man's eyes widened. And no, I don't want to go to hell. I feel so bad. Then in times like this, all a man can do is drink his sorrows away. Naruto took another drink from the bottle of sake. I would, but you 2 fuckers drank all my sake. You should be thanking us. What if these bottles have poison inside? We just saved your life. Naruto yelled at the man. I feel like crap, and you 2 aren't helping. That's because you are crap. Zabuza told the man. Don't be cold, Zabuza. He's a beautiful piece of crap who one day will bloom. Naruto stated as he nodded his head. What kind of bartenders are you guys? Other bartenders are nicer, and they try making me feel better. They actually help me run and get away from my troubles. Both of you are worthless. Cuckoo, we're the bartenders from hell, bitch. Naruto and Zabuza both laughed evilly, as the man's eyes widened. I just want to crawl inside a hole and die now, the man sighed. You're a scumbag, and that won't change, but maybe, just maybe, you can be an honest scumbag, and tell the truth to your wife. Naruto told the man, hell, she will probably find it hot, and she will want to do a threesome. Why, you really think she'll want a threesome? Naruto nodded. Babes nowadays get turned on by the sight of cheating men. It gets them excited. She'll be glad you cheated on her. Trust me. The man stood up with determination. He said, I will tell her, thank you. Naruto and Zabuza watched as he ran away, happy expression on his face, and he even cheered. Fuck yeah, I'm getting me a threesome tonight. Per clueless bastard. He's actually getting a divorce tonight. Ha 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 ha. Zabuza laughed as he took another drink of the bottle. You're an evil asshole, brat. Naruto shrugged his shoulders as a busted woman walked and sat next to Naruto. I'd like a bottle of sake, thank you. The woman smiled at Zabuza. Oi, look at those boobs. Naruto said as he poked the woman's right boob. They are massive. The woman nodded. They make my back ache, but I need for my profession. Zabuza handed her bottle and asked, what's your profession? Oh, I'm an actress. She smiled. Ah, nice. What kind of movies have you played in? Haha, well, I make adult movies. She took a small sip of sake. Naruto grabbed her bottle and took a drink too. Oh, you make adult movies, that's nice. Wait. Adult movies? The blonde was coughing because of the drink now. The woman nodded as she snatched the bottle away from the blonde, and drank some more. Naruto and Zabuza froze at this, and they took a few steps away from her. Zabu-chan. She's a porn star. Naruto whispered in Zabuza's ear. I need to know her porn star name. Zabuza said as he took his phone out. Ask her for her porn star name. Like hell I will. I see can't just ask that, but I want to know, how do you think I'm feeling? You ask her. Why should I? Why you're the bartender. So are you. You have more experience. That's a shitty reason. Okay. At the count of 3 we both ask. Zabuza nodded, and Naruto counted. 123 both turned and asked or more like yelled, what's your porn star name? They both ended up blinking when they noticed the woman was no longer there, but instead a dude with lipstick, and he happened to be gay. Oh honey. The man spoke. My, fuck out of here. Naruto punched him in the face and he flew away. I'm into women. After that both Naruto and Zabuza just remained silent, nobody really entering the bar, and it was starting to get dark, and well once it got dark, people started coming into the bar like crazy, and both Naruto's and Zabuza's hands seemed to be full, well mostly Zabuza's. The blonde wasn't doing anything pretty much. The bar then all of a sudden got silent, when a sexy brunette walked into the bar. That Kana from Fairy Tail, as she's super hot. How I'd love to tap that ass. I hear no one has ever beat her in a drinking contest. So cool. Kana walked over to the counter, a few seats away from Naruto and spoke, I want some vodka. Zabuza nodded and handed her a small cup with vodka. She grabbed it quickly and gulped it all down. More. Zabuza poured her more and this time she took a small sip before looking at Naruto. You look cuter up closer, blondie. Kana told the blonde, super cute. Too bad you're an asshole. Naruto blinked and said, you look like a slut up close. What did you say? You heard me. Kana laughed before she spoke. You're such an ass. You probably have a small, You push everyone away because you're probably insecure about yourself and your size. Haha. Care to measure it with your mouth? I'd rather die. It remained silent after that. Kana had not forgotten about what he did to Natsu and how he attacked Fairy Tail. She did hear he saved Natsu, Lucy and Urza, but that wasn't enough to redeem a man in her eyes. Oh, I heard you never lost a drinking contest. How about we have one? Naruto said after some silence. Haha. You'll lose. Save yourself the trouble. Humph. Loser has to do anything for the winner. Kana cocked her right eyebrow. So if you lose, I can ask you to do anything. Anything for me? Naruto nodded and Kana grinned. Well, you're about to become my slave. Yeah, first to pass out loses. Kana nodded and Zabuza handed Naruto a small cup and he poured both of them vodka. And so their drinking contest began. Hey! The famous Naruto Uzumaki is having a drinking contest with Kana. Oh! I gotta see this. Me too. I bet all my money Kana will win. Me too. So do I. Placing their bets, everyone watched as Naruto and Kana were drinking fast, strong and hard. 3 bottles of vodka had been consumed and Kana looked like she hadn't drank it all. The blonde however looked like he was about to pass out. Haha, one more drink and you'll pass out. Kana smirked as Zabuza poured Naruto once more. Who the fuck are you? Naruto slurred as he glared at Kana. He was really drunk. Kana just smirked as Naruto gulped down vodka and then fell to the floor on his face. See, Kana won. Yay. I'm rich. Naruto, get up, brat. I bet all my money on you. Zabuza yelled at Naruto. Kana just smirked but then her eyes widened when she saw Naruto get up. Huh. Enough of this shit. Naruto said intoxicated. A few drinks don't faze me, damn Kana, you're so hot. I gotta pee. Naruto tried unzipping his pants but couldn't, so he did what any man would do. He snatched the bottle of vodka that Zabuza had in his hand and he gulped it all down, causing everyone's eyes to widen. Time to bring this shit up to the next level. Kana growled and snapped. Bring me a bottle too. Zabuza nodded and took out 10 bottles of vodka. Kana grabbed one and started gulping it all down. Naruto finished his and grabbed another. It was now a battle of bottles. Who would drink the most bottles before passing out? Many bottles later Kana was feeling hot, and well aroused. Not only that but for the first time in a long time she felt excited. It seemed Naruto was pushing her to her drinking limit. Damn, how hot he looked drinking from the bottle. Kana however smirked when she saw that Naruto was struggling to drink. Zabu-chan, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Brat, don't give up now. I see the light. Oh, it's so bright. And oh, Naruto. Ah, shut up before I Kamehameha your ass. Grr, I dare you, punk. Naruto did an odd position and he put his palms together before yelling. Kamehameha. Silence. Shit, my attack didn't work. It's not working. I'll try again. Idiot. It won't work because you're not Goku. Oh right. I'm Luffy and I'm gonna be the Pirate King. Just drink. Zabuza snapped as he shoved a bottle into the blonde's mouth. The blonde started drinking again, until he started seeing darkness. Kana too was starting to black out. She was biting her lips to stay awake. She noticed Naruto walk up to her, and he did something that surprised her. He kissed her lips. She felt as his hot tongue entered her mouth, and she couldn't help but like it. She started sucking on it, and before it could continue Naruto pulled free. Why you? When Naruto spoke as he fell to the floor, he had passed out. Kana grinned before she too passed out seconds later. Zabuza laughed evilly as he took out a marker and said, "Kukuku, time for revenge." As he walked towards Naruto, scene change. When Naruto woke up he didn't know where he was at, other than that he was in bed with Kana. "You're finally awake." Kana grinned as she looked at him. "Ag my head, what happened last night?" You fucked me after you woke up from your pass out." Naruto blinked and Kana smirked. "I bet you can't make me orgasm again." Naruto blinked once more before he spoke. "See, I have a principle I live by. Once I sleep with a woman, I don't sleep with her again." Kana uncovered herself, and Naruto's eyes widened as he saw her and all her glory. "Fuck it, these principles can go to hell." Kana smirked. "If you can't make me orgasm, you have to buy me breakfast. Deal." And so Kana's and Naruto's rivalry began. Zabuza, when he woke up outside of the bar, two babes on top of him. He quickly got up and his eyes widened when he saw the bar. Well, what was left of it anyways, because it was all burned down. Zabuza then looked at the ground and written in paint was, "Bartenders from hell, bitches, poor bastard whoever owned this bar." Zabuza spoke as he looked at the burned down bar. "I should probably get the fuck out of here," Zabuza said, but then he shrugged his shoulders, and went back to sleeping with the two hot babes he woke up with. "Life sure is interesting with that Uzumaki," was his last thought as he drifted to sleep. What if Naruto was betrayed by Fairy Tail? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel, and leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.